Last time on Prime, you saw that Sylvie had been reborn in the Blue Rose in Baba Yaga's hut after your adventures to whatever strange underworld that she has domain over. And you saw that she was not quite the same. She had these strange blue rose laurel with thorns that was attached to her skull, and below the knee she had a pair of chicken feet that Anne was very pleased with.
I don't like them.
And Baba Yaga had told Sylvie that it was basically just the next step of her metamorphosis, of her transformation, and that she was now Hexblood. And with that, there was discussion about what the plan was. She brewed a potion that gave a small glimpse, a scrying glimpse, with the hair that Sylvie had taken from the Thorn Mother and seen her plan. The hammer of the First Forge was grafted in a disgusting way to the heart, channeling its power and opening slowly a portal to the elemental plane of fire with a massive seed of regeneration. Potentially in order to go through the growing portal, and which would basically an unlimited source of fire could potentially flood over most, if not all, of Avantris and kill all the humanoid life there. With that, there was the discussion of what was to be done. Orpheus had said that he needed to work. He had an idea. And so he went off to the mansion to do that. But in the meantime, there was the nasty business of the massive, colossal heart that was now many times the size of when they first found it, fed by the souls of all that had been killed in the explosion previously, the previous reset. And with that, Baba Yaga had suggested that they needed to find a way that they wouldn't immediately get slooped or corrupted or controlled or just mind broken. But when they face the Thorn Mother with her seemingly channeling power from the heart in some way, and said that they had to meet with someone who had touched the heart before and survived, which is something that should not have ever been the case. Survived or not been corrupted, not been completely mind broken. And it turns out that their old friend Dobro from episode 1 of Prime, their companion, had done such a thing after Vanders tricked him into touching it. And so it was with that they went to Bearheim to find him, where he was the champion of the Archfey of Bearheim, the Bear King. They encountered Dobro trying to set up defenses for honey, for some honey heisters that kept breaking into a particular honey den. And with that, they tried to convince him to go with them. However, as soon as they mentioned Baba Yaga, the Bear King himself appeared very upset. But he did say that he would allow Dobro to accompany them if they promised him an audience with Titania, the Queen of the Summer Court. And they brought back Dobro whole, and he would not leave the Feywild. And so with that, Dobro left with them, and upon seeing the form of Baba Yaga, was pretty petrified with fear. She knocked him out, brewed a potion that she poured down his throat, and when he swallowed it, he glowed orange, and she said that she seemed to have our path forward. And with that, we'll get started.
Woo-hoo!
Woo!
Woo!
Turn that shit up. You all see Dobro clamped to the wooden cross, the X-shaped cross, the cross-shaped cross, on the side of the dancing hut of Baba Yaga.
A cross or a crossed?
A crossed, I believe, is the pronunciation. The T isn't, the non-existent T is not silent.
Weird how that works. English is amazing.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's a miracle. And you see as he there is this strange liquid that smeared down his face and his beard as he sputtered up much of it. And he's looking like he's in some sort of pained, restless sleep temporarily. As the ancient, hideous crone, the hag Archfey, the grand hag, Baba Yaga, peers at the form of your unconscious friend as he glows with this orange color. His entire body, it glows through his armor, through his beard and his hair, his verifiable mane that he has. And she stares up with her beady eyes, but there is a smile revealing her iron teeth. What do you all do?
So is he still glowing? Is he? So it's not like a flash and then done.
No, it's glowing, and it's kind of, and you see that his whole body is almost you feel a hum of energy as he radiates, not brilliantly, it's not blinding light, but it just is this faint glow over him.
Are you done?
Done with what? Well, I don't even know what she did.
I have learned what I needed to know, as I suspected. He has a mark of the Prime.
The mark of the Prime. What does that mean?
She shuffles back to her cauldron with that shimmering, shining liquid bubbling and popping within, and she gives it a stir. And she takes a ladle of it and she pours it slowly back in as she examines it.
I did brew it correctly. It means that this bearman has received the gift, the boon, the blessing, the mark, the touch of an ancient primeval power.
How would he have done that?
Is this something that
and how
happened?
do I get one?
Did this happen before or after he touched the heart?
If it was not for this gift, this mark, he would be dead or corrupted.
I definitely need one. How do I get one for me?
She turns to you and gives a dismissive wave.
I said that there are things older than even me, things that I am still learning, discovering.
But when you know, you'll tell me. I mean, only if you want to, no pressure.
You will eventually have to receive marks.
Now, hold on. We've heard every story Dobro has to tell, and none of it sounded like he received some boon from some elder thing.
Maybe he didn't know he did.
Actually, I think back to all the stories that Dobro has told, and does anything sound like?
Actually, I do this.
And I know it was a while ago, but does Rodok remember? Did any feel like he got a big boon, or he
Make an
glowed,
intelligence check.
or? This is my good one.
Pretty good.
Int, you say? That is a 17.
Oh.
I would say that you do recall that he had been a folk hero from a young age and had done many great deeds, but there was a period that seemed to have changed him, to elevate him to the level of power, and the man that you know today was when he encountered what he called the Great Bear Spirit.
Everybody in this campaign getting lied to.
Wait, now that I think about it, maybe... Remember when Dobro said that he met the Great Bear Spirit, and that's when he became like a real hero?
No.
And it gave him powers, and he has the tattoos, and...
I'm with Sylvia on this one. I don't remember that at all.
Well, that's what he said!
I believe you.
Are you sure?
That's how he became, like, inspired to do these great things.
Are you sure it wasn't called the Great Hair Spirit?
He's a bear guy, a bear man.
No.
Does that sound... Does a bear spirit ring any bells?
She turns to you and narrows her eyes.
Do you know where he was when he encountered the spirit?
I think.
I would say,
Going super saiyan.
give me one more intelligence check.
Here comes the natural one.
Gosh, just give me some.
At least 5 or below, 100%.
Oh, and called it.
Called it.
Got a 4.
So 5 total.
A 5. It's you just remember that there was a bear spirit and that it was a chance encounter, but he mentioned all over Evantris, and it wasn't really sure. You weren't really sure how much of it was true or not. He had said that he had dealt that he had slain Lethera the Proud, and it was a vicious, epic battle. And at the end of the day, he basically snuck into her lair, and while she was corrupted, almost killed by the hex, the voodoo curse of Rugarul, and
He like coup de grace her.
yeah, coup de grace her.
Well, for what it's worth, I mean, even until he proved his strength, I always kind of assumed that his stories may have been a little embellished.
I don't recall where he was, but... I never really believed anything he said. And we know that he embellishes, certainly. But maybe there is some truth behind why he could do so many great things.
I mean, he certainly has the prowess to back it up. I mean, that certainly wasn't all talk.
Okay.
Is he gonna wake up? Maybe we can ask him.
I will wake him up very shortly. But I want you to be certain that you can trust your friend. He has touched the heart, and its effects are clear.
And you can see on his face, and you can see now that the glow is fading back down as the effects of whatever this elixir are wear off. And you see that as he struggles, there seems to be a darkness to the veins in his skin. There's an age to him, where you're not quite sure if it's just been the 3 years or if he's aged a bit more than that. And as he now is restrained and the elixir gone, that orange glow faded, you see as he seems to be having some sort of nightmare.
But full disclosure, perfect timing. He was complaining about having horrible nightmares and being very hungry and basically spouting the same symptoms that others have suffered from being too close to the hunger below. I mean, clearly something is going on with him, and I do believe that we can trust him. I believe that. We can trust Dobro. What I worry about is that Dobro might not be wholly Dobro anymore.
Yeah, and Vanders promised that you could get rid of his nightmares. He
Well-
promised that 100% you would definitely do it if he came.
I said it
was
was
the deal.
hopefully possibly a side effect. You might be able to help him out.
100% promised him that you would do it.
Can you do it?
Without a doubt, no room for error, cannot fail.
Don't worry, I didn't use those words.
She leans forward, peers down her incredibly long nose, and shakes her head.
My child.
Yeah.
This power that afflicts your friend.
Yeah.
Is a power that even I fear.
No way! For real?
Is a power that even the Lord of Lies himself fears.
Oh, you totes joke! No way!
He's gonna be really upset.
You lied to Dobro!
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
So you can help him. You can clear whatever's bothering him.
I cannot, but there is power, ancient power, the power within him, the power that still lingers in these realms, the first powers, the prime powers. That is all, that power is all that can shield your minds and your souls when you face Virea Goldthorn.
We're gonna get the killer? You promise? I mean, you don't have to promise if you don't want to, but do you?
Oh, please do.
You are the Star Child and the Riders. But when I peer into my ball, I see many futures. And every day, every week, every year that goes by, I see more possibilities. And even more lately, as if my seeing gets more clouded and unclear.
Oh no.
As if there's interference.
Oh no. But we are gonna kill her though.
You must kill her.
Yes! Yes! Okay.
Out of character, have we heard the phrase "the primevals"? I just have to keep track.
You've heard the Elder Evils.
The elder evils.
And you may have heard them referred to as primeval as well.
Can I ask a dumb question? When you say primeval, is it prime evil, EVIL, or is it primeval?
When I said primeval in that sense, I meant like just primordial, like ancient. I didn't mean
Is that the
Elder
like
Evils.
primeval?
It's not the word evil, like bad.
So there's the word primeval,
Yes.
And
which
then
is
there's
like medieval. It just means it's referring to time, meaning the beginning times.
and
right?
that's the one that's like one word and spelled kind of funny.
Yes.
Yes.
And then there are prime evils, 2 words,
Yes.
right? Which is a different thing.
And
But I
you
think
said the
they've been
one. You said the
related-
slushy.
The one word.
What?
Okay. I was going to say, I feel like they've been related to in both ways. As in, there are evils, 2 words.
They are prime evils. They are elder
but they're
evils.
also primeval, as in from the beginning
Yes.
of time.
Okay.
But
So
the-
I feel like
yeah.
we've heard it both
Right.
ways.
From a lore perspective, I think they're the prime evils or the elder evils, and then they're like the prime ones or the first ones that have been referenced, right? And there are these 2
But
original forces.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Thank you for answering my question. So you mentioned the prime powers. I mean, is this some sort of direct correlation to and with these ancient evils, or is this an antithesis to, the opposite of, the ability to defeat these horrible elder evils?
She walks up to you, not as much of a walk as a hobble. She reaches her gnarled, bony hand and cups your cheek as she leans up.
Oh,
You have been paying attention, my dark midnight.
I'm trying.
Me too. I've been paying attention. I know a lot of stuff.
That you do.
Okay.
And you will have to learn more. It is the only power that they fear. The only power that the power that I fear fears. And that is the only hope of existence as we know it.
Will there be a pub quiz on this when we get back?
Keep moving forward. That is what is important.
Well, I'm ready.
Oh, wait! One more thing. Before we move on to the next part where you said 2 birds, 1 stone and all that. I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. There's a mysterious character that we've encountered once or twice.
Blood Eyes.
Yes, in Varea's chambers.
I didn't ask about that yet.
And Sylvie has done incredible work spying on these individuals.
I was dead for a while.
But every time, this person's able to see that we're spying on them and stop it. Do you have any idea who this person could be? They wear a strange white mask with red markings underneath the eyes.
Yeah, like their eyes are bleeding. That's why I call them Blood Eyes, just in case you didn't know.
Have you seen anybody like that in your visions?
Please, Vavitch, tell me.
I did not learn of this entity until the maiden saw it with her own eyes.
Me.
All of my seeing, all of my divination has been fruitless.
Dear God.
If it's even a person at all.
What can that mean?
May just be a mass of writhing tentacles under those robes, behind the mask.
Why would you say that? That's terrible. Can that be a thing?
Who knows?
I don't know. It's just... can people just be tentacles behind the skin? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Ugh.
Now that we know how can you point us in the right direction?
There are remnants, echoes, lingering power in the Feywild. I have not been willing to explore or investigate further because if I get too close, if I meddle too much with this heart, if even my mind can be swayed, then there is no hope but you. If it comes to the unfortunate outcome that one of you must be put down.
What do you mean by that? Like onto the floor to lay for a while?
If you lose your mind,
Forever.
if you become theirs, they wish to consume all. They wish to make everything that we know in their image. A terrible hate, terrible sense of revenge, but the same kind of power in your giant friend. There are lingering echoes of that power here in the Feywild.
And we need that so that they can take over our minds? Can't, not can.
Yes.
See, I've been listening too.
Well done.
Yes.
But the power here has been broken. The Coven Whispers made sure of that.
So where can you take us there?
We are on our way. But first,
And she takes her ladle and smacks Dobro in the head.
Are you okay?
Easy, Dobro, easy. We're here. We're here with you.
Do you remember us? Are you alright?
Well, yes, no, I saw you in my dreams. I saw you, and I saw you, and I saw you, and I saw you, but you... I'm sorry, I'm all chained up. I mean, you have far fewer eyes and far fewer appendages, and And fewer teeth. That's nice. You look a lot better now.
Is less fewer even fewer than less? Or fewer than fewer?
Very much fewer. Less.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have a really important question.
Yes.
Not for you. Rhoda.
Okay.
Where's Carlisle?
I would have picked him up, probably, right?
Yeah, he's
I
somewhere.
picked up Carlisle.
Unless he inchwormed away, like in the moss.
And
the mold.
Baba Yaga leans up and says,
He's in your skull.
Now, tell me.
Calm down, relax. Dobro. She's here to help us. She's been nothing but good to us. I promise you. She's here to help.
You see her narrow her eyes. And you see her actually, you hear the grinding of metal as her iron teeth grind against each other. And she looks at the four of you and says,
I will allow you to question your friend so he stays calm. But if you do not get the information we seek, I will have to resort to measures the Bear King will not be happy with. I care not for your fate pact.
and she hobbles off and begins to go through her shelves and pick out some strange knickknacks.
All right, you heard what she said. Let's all just try to get over to calm down, and we'll make sure he tells us the truth. Hey, buddy, are you all right?
Oh, well, I am in a wish. I mean, I was really excited about killing those green hags. This is way scarier than that.
It's all right. Just keep thinking about Beaver Creek. We just have a few questions for you.
Beaver Creek.
It's gonna be all right.
Oh, and just so you know, Vandris was wrong. She can't get rid of her nightmares, so he totally lied to you.
It was a miscalculation. It just turns out I'm very bad at math, but it's all right. We're gonna help you out. All of this is going to be all right.
It's probably gonna get worse.
It might in the short term, but the idea is we're going to save everybody, all right?
Your mind might break and ooze out of your ears.
So here's the
I
thing.
don't think it will, though.
Do you remember a time in your life when you were... Oh, the bear spirit. Remember telling us about the great bear spirit?
Yes, of course.
I need you to tell us in excruciating detail where you were, when this happened, and exactly what happened.
And don't lie and extrapolate, exaggerate the situation.
It's only going to make things a lot worse unless you tell us the absolute truth.
And we
Even if it's totes not cool,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
we won't judge.
And we're asking because we need to know to help you and to help everybody.
It's the only way to get rid of her nightmares. The only way.
The only way.
The only way is for you to tell the truth about it.
Yeah, no, of course, the great bear spirit. I mean, she is why I'm here in the Feywild. She's the one that guided me on my great spirit quest to Bearheim and the Bear King, old Honeypaws.
So tell us from the beginning, how did you meet the spirit?
Well, I was a young lad. I was looking real nice. I mean, I'm
Tell
looking
the
real nice.
truth.
I was a not as young lad. I had goofed off a little bit. I had traveled to a good number of continents, killing a lot of monsters and
Tell the
non-monsters.
truth.
No, I killed a lot of things. I mean,
Okay.
that's kind of what I was good at.
Let's look at you.
My name was becoming more renowned.
Are you lying?
Well, no, I feel like I had a pretty good reputation.
Are you lying?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe I am. Maybe. What's true and what's real anymore?
Focus. It's all right. We're gonna get through this.
You have any more of those rye buns or a snack? You bring a snack?
I just kind of like look at Baba Yaga and shrug, and I think of the ridiculous of the situation.
Here, hey, Vandris, reach into my honey pot, gently.
What? Excuse me?
My honey pot.
Oh, right. I go into his honey pot.
And can you?
What's in there?
It's just this glistening golden honey. It looks delicious.
Oh,
Royal jelly.
God damn it, Dobro! I thought there was going to be bread in here.
Why would there be bread in a honey pot advantage. This is ridiculous.
I like take my hand.
You really are bad at calculations.
And it's like directly.
What are the odds of that?
And I just kind of do this at Derva's face, like, God.
It mostly gets in his beard.
Come on, now just tell us the damn story. I like wipe the rest of it off on his like beard and his like chest.
No, that's more for later. Well.
Seductive.
Why would there be bread and honey pot?
I remember vividly, I was in this sleepy little frontier town of, what was it? I don't even remember the name anymore.
Think hard.
It was Timber Ridge? I think it was Timber Ridge. Some bunch of frontier yokels would call some name, something uninspired. But they had a problem. There was some horrible monster that was picking off the townsfolk. And it was spreading this horrible sense of fear. And it got to the point that the townsfolk couldn't even sleep. The nightmares caused them to wake up screaming. People were dying just from exhaustion. And of course, I rode up with Piccolo. I had Piccolo at that time. The finest Yulong Izak's beak that I could find.
She still is.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure she's very disappointed now to have a different rider, but, she'll live.
We've been making it work.
Well, I guess, second best isn't too bad. And I remember I was very afraid myself. This monster wore the skin of thought was a scarecrow, or just sticks and bits of bark. But there was something inside, there was something. Its true form was horrible. And I went out into the woods at night, because all of my hunting in the day, never found it. And I've never been more afraid in my entire life. But something moved me forward. I summoned all of my courage. And I faced it, and I thought, there's no way that this horrible monster that deals in fear is going to be just beat by me, a guy with an axe, but it was. I cut it into a bunch of pieces. Once I wasn't petrified by fear anymore, I was able to have it shrink back into just a little dark form, and the forest itself was not protecting it anymore. It's little more than a strange, fiendish creature. And I cut it down. And I wasn't afraid anymore. And then there was this great flash, and the bear spirit, she emerged, and sunrise came up. I thought, there's no way it's been that long, but I don't know what happened. And she said that I had earned her trust, that I'd earned her faith, that I'd earned her gift. She took a claw and went on my head. I mean, did this really necessary?
Don't stop. Keep going.
And I was already really strong. But I felt a lot stronger then. And then she occasionally would come to me in dreams or visions, or guide me, perhaps give a roar on a distant mountain. And she was always there from that point onward until I came into the Feywild, but I still feel her deep in my... It sounds a little sappy, but I feel like she's just with me, inside of me.
In your goggles?
Yes.
I'll turn to Baba Yaga. Is that what you needed?
You realize now, as you've all been watching Dobro, that Baba Yaga had turned from what she was doing. And there is a look of her being incredibly quizzical and hanging on every single word that Dobro says. And as soon as he finishes and you turn to her, she just nods, and with a flash of her or a wave of her hand, immediately the bindings release, and Dobro kind of stumbles forward, and she hobbles forward and looks up at him, and Dobro's like, "Ah!"
The prime of courage. You should not be afraid of a harmless old woman like me.
And he looks at her and says, well, I don't know what that means, but I don't think courage is the absence of fear, because I'm very unsettled right now. It just means doing what needs to be done in the face of fear. I think that's what my...
See, this is why I always liked
So
Dobro.
my
I've
youth
said
group
the
counselor
same
always
thing. No, that's exactly right.
Oh,
What a smart guy.
I'm very unsettled right now.
So there's a prime of courage, and why did the location of this timber ridge matter?
That's right. Couldn't something like that just go anywhere it wanted?
Clearly there are some things missing from Dobro's memory, which of no fault of your own, but it sounds like there are some things...
Yona. The prime of courage.
Yona, like the place.
Like
Yes.
It's from there?
Yes. Yes. This is the answer. This is our destiny. This will bring about the downfall and the destruction of the hunger below.
In Yona somewhere, is what you're saying. Dobro, Timber Ridge was in Yona?
yeah, of course.
That is one prime. That puts all of the final pieces back together. Now, my children, this means that where we are heading, you will be able to get the protection you need from the heart.
Perfect. That's fantastic news.
Well, not really. I mean, all Dobro said was that he got very, very afraid and then she came.
But then he wasn't afraid anymore.
Well, how are we supposed to replicate that?
I just kind of looked to Baba Yaga.
You will have to discover this yourself. You, Bearman.
Yes, Granny. I mean, horrible. I mean, I've done worse. I mean, actually, no, I don't even. No, that's probably true. I'm just gonna stop talking. And she just narrows her beady eyes and says,
You will go with them to the chamber where the first heart was stolen. And you will help them claim whatever residual power is left.
will I lose some of my nightmares? Maybe one? Maybe I'll have 6 a week instead of 7?
Perhaps you may be soothed every night.
Look at that. Just like I said.
Oh, be great.
And Dobro looks at you and says, well, I suppose that I'm here on orders from old Honeypaws himself until we figure it out and I can help you all on your hero's journey yourselves. I'll do it. And I'm not because I feel very unsettled and pressured and almost forced into it.
Well, that's really great to hear, Dobro. We appreciate your help.
And with that, he turns to he kind of turns in Baba Yaga's direction, but doesn't really look directly at her. And he says, "So where to?" And she looks at all of you and says,
The heart was stolen from the depths of the ocean, ruled over by the court of coral. The heart had been locked away there for countless millennia until the Coven of Whispers figured out a way to turn its guardians against each other.
Under the ocean.
At the bottom,
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
A pirate ship was enough? Sailing to an island is enough? Under the ocean?
I mean, it's not that much different than being underground, and we like that.
It's totally different!
But no, I mean, well, I'm sure we'll be able to breathe, right? You'll be able to help us breathe. Is that how that works? Has to be some kind of magic.
she already is actually pulling something off of the shelf. And you see there's this murky, greenish liquid within. And she takes the lid and pulls it off. And the stench is absolutely putrid and foul.
Oh my.
And
What is that?
she reaches a gnarled two fingers in and pulls out what looks like a pickled silver fish of some kind.
you each will eat one of these, and you will be able to survive.
Do you happen to have more, maybe? I'm real hungry.
My stomach growls.
One for each of you.
All right, well,
A
I'll make
little
it
goes
work.
a long way, my child.
All right, I'll make it work. That's fine. But if anyone doesn't want to finish theirs, just let me know.
I'll just open my mouth and let her drop
It
it.
drops and it hits your hand disgustingly. It's about the length
I
of your
unhinge
palm.
my jaw.
Oh.
As it hits, and it's just this it's thick with whatever pickling brine. And she drops it.
Oh, be a good child and eat up. Do not waste a single morsel.
I swallowed whole.
Yeah, I try to do the same thing. I try to, like, slurp it down my gullet.
It is foul. It is absolutely disgusting, and it
And
makes
I
you want
love
to puke. And some of you might enjoy that. And she turns to you.
You're next, my bright morning.
I don't know that I can eat that.
Oh,
Why not?
manually meat we have to, and it's really not that bad.
Are you going to be a good child and
What
eat?
happens if I eat it and then throw it up? Does it still work?
Nope.
You will not throw it up.
I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
that
an
you
order.
know that.
No, I do know that. Trust your grandmother's words.
Do it.
Roderick, you do it.
It's just a fish. It's a
She
wee
drops
fish.
it into your hand.
I'll chew it a little bit.
Dobro grabs it. Oh, man, I am not sated at all. I thought you said a little bit went a long way. Man, I'm hungry. Oh, I should have. I could. Man, we could turn that into a nice salad. A little bit of mayo.
I can't think of anything I'd like less on that.
Well, you obviously don't know Gino's cooking. He just is unbelievable with that. And Baba Yaga hobbles towards you.
You're going to eat up, my bright morning.
Alright, I'm right here.
And she reaches, you can see that her hand is reaching to your jaw, and that as soon as you reach out your hand, she pulls back.
Not touchy. Oh. I'm like, no, I'm just going.
Oh,
You swallow it, and you're able to keep it down. And you almost feel like your stomach is trying to reject it. But something changes within all of you as you kind of feel just this sliminess just kind of wash over you. And almost like there's a film over your bodies. And you feel changed. And Baba Yaga walks towards the door of the hut, and she looks at you and says,
You are going to need to go into the depths. I've taken you as far as I can. Find the power. Find the light. A light in the darkness is all we have and all we need to win.
and she opens the door, and you see a wall of seawater. As it pushes slightly, and then is stopped in the doorframe. And you see now that there's just ocean as far as you can see.
Oh my goodness.
Are we at the bottom of the ocean?
You look through, and as you see the seawater trying to push in, completely unable to, you realize now, as a large frond of some sort of green plant brushes past the door entrance, that the dancing hut is standing in a massive kelp forest of these strangely colored massive fronds rising up from the bed of sand and gravel. That you see the chicken legs standing within. And you see now, as you peer through, that the light is very sparse here. And there's that as you peer through, these massive blades of kelp are blocking much of your view, but you're able to see that you're on the edge of this kelp forest, and you see that the sand and the gravel stretches out and then falls off to a cliff, and beyond that cliff is just nothing but a black abyss. And she turns to all of you and says,
Down, deep below. That is where its power is. But the darkness is there, but so is the light in the darkness. That power, that corruption, it lurks where it had been imprisoned for so long. You must steel yourselves and find the lingering remnants of the power of the Prime.
All right, that fish we ate, that we can go out there and we'll be fine.
You will be safe, but it is temporary.
How temporary?
Make haste, children.
We'll be quick. We'll be quick.
Before we go, we can all communicate with each other, you know? Except for Dobro.
And I reach down and I grab the tip of my fingernail and I rip it out of the nail bed.
What?
And I hand the nail to Dobro.
I just want to kill myself.
As a bonus action, I'm going to use Eerie Token, telepathic message, and provide him with the ability to communicate with me.
I'm about to throw up all over this table.
Oh my! I'm not hungry anymore.
He takes 40 psychic damage.
Just make sure that you keep that bloody fingernail on you at all times.
Oh.
And as long as we're within 10 miles of each other, we can talk.
I'm just gonna keep it in a nice, safe place.
Yeah.
He tucks it in where I can never look at it. Or smell it, hopefully.
Baba Yaga, do you have a napkin? My finger's bleeding everywhere. Oh no, it grew back. Never mind.
Why did you do that?
I explained why.
Sweet gods, can we please hurry? Can we please move quickly?
Oh, God.
Is everyone ready?
I'll go last.
Fine. I'll go first. Baba Yaga, I just wanted to thank you. You've been nothing but kind to us, and we'll be back quickly.
I know you will be. But if you are not careful, and any of you are lost, you may be riders, you may even be the star child. But if any turns, they must be put down.
Understood. All right. Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Yay.
I walk to the door and I try to put my hand through into the water.
You put your hand through and you see there's a strange surface tension. And you push against it and it's cool and it's a lot colder than you were expecting. And you push through and suddenly your hand sinks into the water. And it's cold, but your body's adjusting actually incredibly fast. As you push yourself through the door and you are now swimming. And you are treading water in this massive kelp forest at the bottom of the ocean, within the sea ruled over by the cord of coral. And you feel you can breathe completely fine. And when you do when you move your arms through the water, you shoot forward a lot faster than you ever had swum before. And you feel that whatever sort of crushing depths or horrible bone-chilling cold, you feel like you're able to resist.
I give them a thumbs up. While I'm swimming.
Let's go then.
I'll push through the door.
You do
barrier.
the same thing. You push through.
All right, Sylvia, are you ready?
Yep. We'll see you soon.
I will see you soon. Be safe. Did you...
And she reaches in and hands you another little satchel.
Should I look at these right now?
You can
Or are they
do it.
just cookies?
They're just cookies.
I love your cookies.
They are waterproof.
I was gonna ask, are they gonna get all soggy inside my pack?
They'll be a little salty, but that is
Yes,
the
I love
intention.
salty cookies.
And she hands them to you.
Great. Thank you.
And I'm gonna run over.
Cookie.
I'm gonna hug her leg, and then I'm gonna jump out.
She pats you on the head awkwardly.
Goodbye.
Well, I feel like I guess it's just you and me. I shouldn't be the last one out. That'll be like, I'm kind of the hero here, and you guys aren't. You guys aren't the herald of the champion of an archfey. I'm just gonna go. And he emerges on the other side.
I'm going to slowly kind of put my hand on and slowly push through, but try to walk out instead of swim out.
So you know that you'd have to try to jump down from where the chicken is standing because it never settled.
So I will jump out.
You jump out and you feel your dwarven body just sink, and you see your friends floating above you. Even Dobro is swimming and he's treading water, and you just sink past the chicken legs, and your feet finally land on the rocky sand.
Oh, that's nice. And then all of a sudden I have a ring on probably my thumb that starts to glow, and I start skyrocketing towards the surface. And I'm
And then you die of the bends.
I'm remembering that I have a ring of water walking on. I will remove it
Whoa!
And then sit back down.
That was incredible!
Rodek shoots 400 or 500 feet straight up and then just red mist.
Jesus.
And
the real Prime.
And you actually, you hear Dobro's voice calls out and actually carries through the water. And it booms out. And you're able to hear him as if it's like that Aquaman situation.
Whoa! Wait, I can hear you talk. I can hear myself talk. This is perfect.
I can hear all of you.
Blub, 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 blub. I'm a fish. Blub, 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 blub. With chicken feet.
I'm gonna just start swimming around, and you'll notice I am about 5 feet faster than I used to be.
Ooh.
And your swim speed is now so you can breathe underwater, you can project and talk underwater, and your swim speed is now your walking speed, whatever that is.
Rodek, are you able to swim? Kick your legs a little and use your arms. Don't just stand there on the ocean
No,
floor.
lad, I'm fine, and I'll just start to walk along the ocean floor.
But we're gonna have to go down deeper. You're not gonna be able to get back up. Oh no, wait! I guess you have your ring.
I can put the ring on
Well,
if
and
I
I'm
need to.
pretty sure there's a floor all the way down.
I know, but
I think I'll keep my feet on the ground. Is this technically ground?
I guess so.
Either way.
To the bottom of the ocean. Wow.
I'm gonna walk up to like the cliff and look down.
So you realize that you're at the edge of the forest, but there's a good number of fronds left.
Okay.
And Dobro's like, I'll race you to the edge, and he begins to swim as fast as he can, and dodges through 2 fronds that kind of close behind him, and the current is sending these massive stalks of kelp back and forth, and he swims through 2 and makes his way, darting through as he swims. You hear him laughing. Man, I've never swum this fast. This is way better than Beaver Creek.
I'm going to very intentionally stay with Rodek and not get too far ahead or too far behind.
Yeah, I'll just walk, and just walk along the bottom.
Okay.
To catch up with Dobro.
And you do that, and as you make your way through these fronds, you're swimming or walking, and you're not too far behind. You're staying with Rodek, and you're maybe swimming a little bit above him, and you're making your way through. You're dodging these massive, gyrating fronds of kelp, and as you make your way through, you feel the strange power of the Feywild. You feel like there's magic in the air, that in every fiber of every particle around you, that it's just way more imbued with magic. And you feel now, as Vanish, you actually lose sight of Rodek.
Oh no!
Even though you're close, as you make your way through a frond, and they cross back and forth, and when they part again, Rodek's gone.
Oh no!
And you actually manage to all lose each other. As
guys,
you keep walking, you were just on the edge of this kelp forest, but then as 2 fronds cross, suddenly there's just more kelp ahead of you.
I would shout for Rodek as soon as I notice that he's gone. Everybody else is gone. I just shout their names.
Same. I'd be going cycling through their names, shouting for everyone.
And you call out, and there is no answer. Your voice booms out, and occasionally there's kelp fronds. But then as you continue to move forward and forward, you feel that the energy and the magics within this kelp forest are starting to change you. You feel your body start to shift and mold. As I need everyone to roll
Oh no!
a d6.
And then can we take a break and also
Yes.
thank people?
Yeah.
Because I have to pee.
I got a 2.
Oh, no.
I got a 5.
These are probably just custom, but I'm okay with that. I got a 1.
You got a 2?
I got a 2.
You got a 5?
I got a 5.
I got a 6.
A 1 and a 6.
I got a 1.
2, 5, 1, 6.
This is actually going to seem...
We're not going to believe you, so it's fine. Just
it's
tell us
fine.
what they are.
It's fine.
Sylvie,
We'll never know.
as you swim through, you feel yourself growing. Larger and larger and larger.
So cool.
And you feel that your head starts to elongate, and your hands start to get webbed and turn into fin-like appendages as something your chicken feet sloop into a soft, smooth flesh that's not rough and chicken-like, and a tail begins to grow that's flat and wide as you actually turn into a whale-like creature. Your size increases by 2, and your HP.
So
you're a large creature. You're a large creature now.
So I'm a fairly small whale.
And your HP doubles.
My AP?
Your HP doubles.
Oh, HP.
Wow, HP doubles.
That's actually kind of massive.
Holy.
Annulin, as you begin to make your way through, you feel the firmness of your limbs start to get a little bit more.
Be a killer whale.
Oh, I hope she turns into a jellyfish.
It turns to get a little bit less rigid, and suddenly you look through in your hand, you can see through yourself. Then you start to see it like actually glow and bioluminescent as you realize now, as you look down and you're elongating and you're turning into a jellyfish.
I want to be horrible. Can I look like a I forgot the name of a beluga whale?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
My dreams are realized.
Each
or a narwhal.
Each instance of damage, each hit of damage that you do deals an additional 1d6 point of poison damage.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fun.
Plus 1d6 poison.
And Rodek, as you're walking along the bottom of the sea, you realize now that you're starting to get a little bit heavier and just suddenly broader. Jellyfish. And your arms start to kind of stick out a little bit as your feet are no longer feet, they're flipper-like. And you realize now that you thought you had armor, but you realize now there's just like a shell as you turn into a sea turtle-like creature.
I'm like start shuffling along the bottom. Hold on. Does it feel natural? Like, does it feel normal? Or does it still feel like bizarre?
It's bizarre. It feels like you've been changed by the nature of the Feywild to do that.
And also sigh and just start to
just resigned to the fact.
You know, we're in the Feywild.
Vandrus.
Oh, what are my effects?
Your AC increases by 2.
You're just a turtle.
you actually get enough special abilities.
I'm just a turtle.
Vandrus, you make your way through, and suddenly you feel like you're already tall and thin as it is. You start to feel like you're getting thinner and more hydrodynamic, and you realize you're elongating, and suddenly you had just like a pretty attractive nose, but suddenly gets longer and longer and longer and longer and longer as your head begins to elongate, and you see that you have fin-like appendages as you turn into a swordfish.
Oh, what in the nine hells? There's a sword on my face. What was that? What's happening?
You can use a bonus action to make an additional rapier attack.
Ronak! Annulin! Oh god, I'm scared. This isn't like a bat at all. Help me, Sylvie!
I'm just eating algae and...
Can they hear me yelling at all, or
I'll get to that.
Okay, all right.
And suddenly you all start to hear your voices calling out as your transformations are complete, and once you fully change into not a full sea creature, but a strange anthropomorphic, a humanoid, still yourself, but with the elements of these sea creatures, as you then suddenly all emerge on the other side of this kelp forest, seemingly not letting you leave until you become a sea creature yourself. And as you look over, you hear a, what the hell was that? As you see now, Dobro has this strange round snout and curled tail as he looks to be like a seahorse. As you are all changed into sea creatures. No, he's still the size of himself. As you all emerge and you see now at the edge of the cliff change into these forms by the wild fey magic of the Court of Coral as you stare down into the abyss below, and that's where we'll take a break. You're all now staring. You're at the edge of this underwater cliff. The kelp forest now behind you. You look back and The dancing hut is nowhere to be seen. And you stare down into the abyss, and you look over, and all your friends have changed into sea creatures, just like you have. What do you do?
Aeolin, is this normal? Well, what is this?
Well, I don't think it's normal, but it feels kind of okay now. I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah, but I didn't do this.
I can ride like the wind!
I got a little tangled getting through here, but I feel alright.
He just shoots alongside because as a seahorse, he speed doubles and he gains the flyby feature. So at 40, which would be 80, he's able to go 80 feet a second underwater.
Wow. And was dashing 160.
Yeah, 160, yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, so 160.
Abby put this. This is definitely what I look like. I'm the Rasta jellyfish.
From,
It's horrifying.
From Shark Tale?
I guess.
Yeah, Shark Tale.
God, I
Yeah.
love that film.
That was a
so
cute
good.
movie.
So accurate. It's that, but red. Red instead of purple.
I love that. All right, well, is this going to help us brave the depths? I mean, it must, right? Surely there's a reason for this.
I swim up over everyone. I'm now a large creature.
You're a large creature.
Sylvie,
Blub, 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 blub.
you look really big and really cool.
I know. If I open my mouth, things swim in there.
That's
Like
exciting.
willingly.
That's a nice change.
This better not be permanent.
I hope it is. I love me.
You love you.
Yeah, right now I so love me.
We should
Great.
get this over with. So
Am
we can just
I
go back to
slow,
normal.
or do I still swim at a normal speed?
No, you're still swimming at a normal speed.
Okay.
And you're able
I didn't know
to,
if I was just like
no,
brainlessly
you're able to.
floating around the
You're able to just
Someone
go.
grab Aeolin.
We'll say in this form, you're actually able to use like a similar jet propulsion to like an octopus or something.
like a squid.
Yeah, you're an invertebrate of
mollusk.
some kind.
All right,
You're a
well,
clam.
there's nothing else to do but to head down there, I guess, right? This is it.
Hey.
Well, I'm giving pony rides.
Do you want to give me a ride?
And mustache rides.
Disgusting.
What the hell?
What? in the
I ignore
heck?
Dobro and I begin to like very timidly swim down into the darkness.
And he's like, well, I thought that was a very pleasant offer. as he dives down into the depths after you.
I'll stay like as close to the shelf as I can, just to be near some kind of ground in case things. I don't want to be like lost in the abyss.
Agreed. That's a good plan.
Do I so am I glowing?
You have
There's a bioluminescence to you for sure. And I'll say that in addition to the poison, there'd probably be about 5 feet in all directions around you is illuminated.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
And as you dive down deeper and deeper into the abyss, this great ravine is all around you, and the light gets further and further away as you dive into the abyss. And your eyes adjust, especially with these new sea creature transformations. They adjust, but it is still absolutely pitch black. As eventually you look back up, the kelp force is gone, the cliff top is gone, and the light. It's as you look all around, it's actually difficult to tell sometimes which way is up. You're occasionally able to see the glow of the ravine face in Annulin's bioluminescence.
Are we going to be able to tell which way is left when we can't tell by looking at our hands which one creates an L?
You'll have to figure it out in your whale way.
Both flippers look the same. I'm a thumb.
Do I? Can we still cast spells? Do I feel like I can still wield weapons or anything?
You still wield your weapons. You're able to do whatever whatever you have.
You look like a sea turtle.
Okay, so I'll be kind of
that's fun.
turtley. I'll be sort of turtley. Okay.
Yeah.
You are so nonplussed with us.
And you go
Oh.
deeper
Oh.
and deeper and deeper. And You know that time is weird in the Feywild, and you lose sense very quickly of how long you're swimming downward. And then just you're staring downward, and you're using this continually sloping cliff face of the ravine, the trench face, as you dive down deeper and deeper, and then finally up ahead, you see this faint. It looks like a white light ahead of you, probably 500 feet.
Do you see that?
That must be it.
That's right. She said, look for the light in the darkness. Well, that's it.
All right, let's go.
Okay, I'll go, but I think Angeline should go first because she's all luminescent and stuff.
Oh, you can light our way.
Yeah,
I'll be right behind you.
me too.
You know, I'm a little nervous about this.
Yeah, but you're gonna be fine. Just go ahead.
It's all right. We'll be right with you.
Yeah, but like, you know, I'm kind of used to like hiding and like be a little bit sneakier than that, and I feel really exposed right now.
We're the opposite of sneaky right now. There's not
Yeah,
much we can
I mean,
do
the
about it.
thing is, whether you're behind us or not, it's like super dark, so if anything bad comes, it's gonna go straight for your niche anyway. So it's probably best if you're in front.
I don't want to be bait.
We're not going to let you get eaten, all right? I have a sword for my face. And look at how huge Sylvie is.
Yeah, and things are willingly going into my mouth.
She can probably eat whatever tries to eat you.
Yeah.
Sylvie, woman to woman.
Yep.
Is it weird that you can see my organs?
You know, I didn't think about it, but now that you tell me it's weird, I feel super uncomfortable.
No, I'm
looking
very
at you.
uncomfortable. I wasn't gonna say that.
Should your liver pulse like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, you know,
I've been able to see it.
you're doing a lot better for like not having lived in the Feywild for a long time. You guys are handling this kind of weird. This happens all the time. This kind of weird shit. It just happens. You gotta accept it.
It just seems like we didn't really have much choice.
I mean,
That's usually how it works. Yeah.
you've got the cutest spleen I've ever seen. It's also the only spleen I've ever seen.
I don't believe that for some reason, but I do appreciate it. Well, all right. Just don't get too far behind me.
We'll be right behind you, Angela.
All right.
So I'll
We're
swim
currently
forward.
looking at your colon.
No,
No.
not my colon.
So I'm swimming towards
Yeah.
the light. I am going kind of cautiously because I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
So you do that,
Just
and
kind
you
of like, ooh.
you
How
all
far, did you say how far out?
probably about 500 feet. It's hard to tell in this abyss.
I mean, like how far out from us can we see because it's so dark?
You can see 5 feet.
Oh, only 5 feet. Okay.
You can see 5 feet ahead of you. Correct.
Okay. I've got two of my tentacles kind of like.
Yeah, you have that at the edge of the bioluminescent glow, and you continue onward. And as you get closer, the light gets larger and larger, and you see now that as you approach, that this light actually, from afar, it looked like this white light, but then you start to see more colors in it. You see a flash of blue and a flash of green, of pink, and you start to see and as you get closer, the light gets larger and larger, and then there's more colors, and it's every color in the rainbow. And then you get closer and closer, and you feel like you need to keep going, and you realize now that there's just more color. You've never seen some of these colors.
It's really pretty.
As
I love it.
That's a lot of
I
colors.
want to put it in my mouth willingly.
as you all are drawn towards this light ahead, and you realize that that these colors, that it's impossible how many colors are within this light, as it shines and glows and beckons you, and it gets larger until it's just this massive globe of radiating iridescent light as it shines out. And as you all get close, and you feel the light on you as it illuminates all of you. And I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, sir.
I fail. Actually, I'm pretty sure I fail. Yes, I definitely fail.
This is only +1 for me. Come on, die. Uh-oh, I got a 10.
Me too.
I got an 18.
Surely it's meet or beat a 10.
I might do all right.
Surely.
Surely.
This isn't some horrible
26.
ancient thing.
You did
26.
not.
26.
But you're a big dummy. No.
Well, he might be wise and just not very
As-
intelligent.
And what did you get?
18.
18. As you see Sylvie, Vandress, and Dobro all just stare up, and their mouths are agape as they stare at this light, as only you two, you see it and you feel this strange tug and this strange glow. As Annulin, as you move forward, as you get a little close, your glow, the glow from your bioluminescence catches on something white and large, as you now see a massive maw of teeth, razor sharp teeth, emerging, lunging towards you.
Oh
What
gosh.
do? You have an instant. And I'm gonna try to
I wanna go towards the particular.
I would propel myself kind of like back and while I'm screaming and blurbling.
I'm gonna try to just use my turtley bulk just to like knock.
Please don't ever say turtly bull.
Eat my turtly bulk, evil!
Ever again.
I'm gonna just try to like ram into either Vandress or Dobro or both of them and try to like knock them out of the way of the maw.
As you see now, the glow illuminates, and suddenly you see two massive eyes open. These almost like empty sockets of this sunken, massive leviathan behemoth of the depths. That as the light from its lure glows brighter and brighter, it illuminates much of its mass. And you see it's a colossal creature that looks like a combination of an anglerfish, a moray eel, and like a vampire squid, as tentacles whip around, and its massive maw. As Annulin, I need you, as you being at the head, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you're able to back away, because you have not been charmed.
You said dex saving throw?
Yep. Oh, no, yeah, dex saving throw.
Dex, you say?
20.
20. You manage to dodge out of the way as Rhoda, I need you to make a dex saving throw to see how effective you are. You gotta choose one, Dobro or Vandress.
Vandress.
Yes.
Because Dobro's faster.
Get fucked up, bro.
Dex saving throw is 19.
19. You manage to barely get out of the way, and you nudge Vandress as you see this massive jaw open up, and you see now this creature, and as it's glowing, you see that this creature that seems to be massive fish-like and have tentacles, you now see that there's bulging bits and strange
It's my
bits,
OnlyFans.
strange bits of shell that look unnatural as it glints in this horrible iridescent light that reminds you of that terrible light in the chamber beneath Maka. As you see now that there's this horrible black bile that's spilling out of the mouth of this creature, as its two empty white socket eyes are staring at you with a malevolent, not really a malevolent, but a predatory intent. You then see another glow of a lamp as a single orange eye opens at the center of its head, and in a single chomp, Dobro disappears.
And Sylvie?
No, it went for Dobro. As
I wanted to be in it.
as it chomps in, I rolled to see which one it would attack with its bite. As it chomps in, and Dobro is completely swallowed whole. Everyone roll for initiative.
Jesus. Alright, I need a better chance here. Come on.
Am I still like,
That's pretty good. I got a 24.
or do I know that it's a thing now?
You know this thing now.
You are
Okay.
one spicy pickle.
Oh,
I love this.
I know that.
I love it. I love this.
I know that card.
Wow, that's cool. Hey, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Can you grab the camera?
Oh, yeah.
It's heavy, just as a warning.
Thank you.
I really suck at rolling initiative.
You should be a rogue. It's very easy.
Look at that. It's terrifying.
This is a picture of what we're fighting.
Oh,
Something kind of like that.
It's very spooky.
It's got like tentacly biz and stuff like that.
2025.
Me, 24.
24. Okay, 24.
What?
Vandris. 15 to 20.
I got 16.
16. Sylvie.
Shelby.
Sylvie. The 16 layer action is here. What if anyone would get?
13.
13.
7.
Wow.
Well, the 1? 2?
My initiative's +5.
So 2.
2.
Dobro.
It's not very much.
Dobro's here.
I must say.
Oh, wow. I rolled quite well. Okay.
This is really damn good. It smells good.
It crunches nicely.
And those who failed, you are incapacitated and hypnotized until the beginning of your next turn.
Oh no.
So basically, we just don't have reactions.
Yes, correct. Basically, that's the way that is. And can we position people? Sylvie is directly in front of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel really sad that I didn't have time to prepare a jellyfish mini.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So Sylvie's in front of it. And then where would everybody else be?
Dobro's inside of it.
Dobro's inside of it.
I would have swooped
I'm
out
a
this
large
way.
creature, so should you maybe give me the fairy dragon?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Very
So
cool.
we only, like you said, we only don't have reactions. So I don't lose my turn or anything like that. I just
No.
react. Okay.
Correct. That basically prevented you from doing anything as it was chomping in on you.
Gotcha.
So playing the part of Sylvie tonight will be this very dragon.
Yeah, the fairy dragon.
And then we just would be sort of like around it. Like I know that Vander's
so
just like swimming at
he,
it.
like,
I knocked
knocked
him
me away.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
away
like
over
over
there,
here.
and then we'll say Anon's on the other side.
So
Yeah, put me over here so I can reach me.
As you see now, as it whips around, and you see this number of appendages, as tentacles, you're not sure how many it has, are writhing all around, as its teeth are incredibly numerous, as some parts are, and you see that there are tentacles that are growing where they possibly shouldn't be, and it's this long eel-like body with bits of just shell erratically growing from its body as it looks just ravenously at you as it swallows Dobro, and with its turn it is going to turn towards you, Sylvie, and make a bite attack.
So with the glow of it, is there enough light kind of in the area that we would have seen him be eaten, like swallowed?
Yes, and you know now that with the massive lamplight eyes, and then the orange eye and the white eyes, the orange eye, and the glowing, horrible, iridescent lamp on its head, it's putting enough light around its radius that you're able to just see loosely around it. And with that is going to be 24 to hit.
Yeah, does that hit really?
Does it?
I mean, I'm a whale currently.
I don't know if your shield.
I'm away.
I can't use reactions.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so you're just staring. You're just staring up at you, and after it finishes swallowing, Dobro disappears. It turns to you and is going to shloop into you. So it's going to deal some damage.
Please don't sloop into me.
I guess your HP is doubled. I should have had my damage dice rather. 11, 13, 23 points of piercing damage. And you, as the teeth tear into your whale body, suddenly, as you are swallowed and you are pulled into its gullet, as you stand, you knock into Dobro, who's in his seahorse
It
form.
swallows me?
Yeah, it swallows you.
Oh.
So you're now swallowed along with Dobro, and you land inside, and it's completely pitch black. But you hit that this horrible acidic substance inside of it.
So we're gonna take them all because they're devoured.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna remove them.
With that, it is Vanish's turn.
No, we have to help them. And then as I noticed that Rodex saved me, I turn towards the fish creature and I move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. My swordfish nose bursts into blue flame as I swim as fast as I can at this creature and try to pierce it twice. This one is going to be my first attack. The red one's going to be my second. I'm going to make 2 rapier attacks. The first one is going to be a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then the other one will hit as well because I got a 29. So then the first hit will be 1d8 plus 8 plus all of my... I think I use all of my... I forget how many sneak attack dice I have. I don't know why. I can't remember. 1 second. I apologize. It's been too long. 66. So plus that. I remember why it's 8 because the fire as well. Okay, we're good. It's like that. There's no way it's 8. Wow. Not good. That's for sure. 6, 12, 22, 26 plus 5 is 31 plus 1 is 32 plus 8 is 40 points of damage for the first attack.
Okay. You stab into it with your swordfish bill, and it tears into it past this oyster-like shell almost.
And then another 9, 10, 11, 19 points of damage. Some of it's fire, if that matters. Okay, then I'll just...
And I'll yell out, "Get behind me! Get away from it! Don't get eaten!"
I've used my movement.
And with that, it is...
Yeah, I mean, I only have 30.
the lair
we get 10
actions.
Or we just
No,
have...
I think it's just 30.
Yeah, then I'll
And
30.
as the lure glows bright, and you see that its massive mouth starts to move in this horrible gyre, and you hear cracking and snapping, this jaw snapping and reforming into its teeth, and you hear these horrible whispers in your mind around you. And I need everyone who's out of the beast needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no! Come on! Come on!
Viking.
Yikes! That's gonna be a failure for the old young man.
17.
16.
17.
I got a 5.
You all fail.
Sweet.
All of us?
Yep. As you're going to take psychic damage, and you're disadvantaged on attack rolls and saving throws until the end of your next turn.
Son of a gun.
As you take psychic damage too, which is 22 points of psychic damage. As the horrible, these strange, horrible whispers in your mind from this horrible mutated sea creature. With that, it's Sylvie's turn.
You said 22 or 21?
Yep. 22.
And I'm inside of it. Is there a way to get out of it?
I would say you see that there is, I would say you look around and it is pitch black. There's no light. I would say that you know that maybe attacking its insides when Guru has been swallowed, you did that in order to get out.
I'm going to
you were
cast
swallowed by
Summon
Guru.
Fae.
Okay.
And I'm going to summon a Lorelei, so it's like a siren.
Okay.
That's badass.
And I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it fuming. So it will have the fuming effect. It will have advantage on its attack roll this round. And so it gets to go.
Okay.
And it just uses the Face Spirit stat block that's here. So it has multi-attack.
Badass.
So it makes a number of attacks equal to half the spell's level. So that would be 2, because it would be a 5th level spell. Because I'm Warlock.
Yes.
So, sorry. First time I've done this. And it is going to attack.
you channel the power and you see this burst, this glow, as this you now see that you're in this horrible black bile within its stomach, with Dobro still being dissolved, as you're going to take some acid damage as well from starting your turn in here, as a nautical spirit emerges next to you, now illuminating the contents as it is attempting to attack now the insides of this creature. I need...
So it's going to take 21 piercing damage.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's
that's a lot.
also going to take 9 force damage.
Nice.
Okay. 21, you said?
Yeah. Oh, and it had advantage, so let me make sure that wasn't. I didn't even roll for it to see if it hit.
You just
LOL.
It just does damage.
LOL.
Sorry,
It already happened.
I'm just going to roll both of them. So I got an 18 and a 19.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Look at that big old dice. I need to get me some big old d20s.
Some bagel
And
dice.
it's, yeah.
Bagel
Oh,
dice.
shit, that's crazy. And so then it's,
I wish I had a bagel.
This AC is 19.
oh yeah, it easily obliterates it, because it was 19 plus 13 to hit.
It slaps at its tail as it seems to you're gonna as the black bile is scalding you, and it is gonna do 2, 8, 13, 17, 20 points of acid damage. As this as it slaps it with its tail, and with each burst, you feel the stomach start to heave with
And
each
then,
attack.
because I took the damage, I am going to use my Fey ability and my reaction to teleport out.
Miss the
of it.
escape.
Yeah, miss the
You
escape.
miss the escape.
Hell yeah.
Suddenly, Sylvia appears in her whale form. In whatever direction you care to be.
Okay.
Next to you in a poof of this greenish water.
Which direction would you go? Do you think?
Just right, probably behind it. I'm not sure I would really have any clue
Sense
how
of
to get out of it,
direction, right.
but my
Just get out.
entity is still inside of it.
That's all right. That seems like a good thing.
And with that, after being attacked, forgot to use
And how much was the damage?
was
20? It was 20.
20.
Because I have
And it's going to reach out a tentacle towards you, Vanish, for a legendary action.
I don't understand. What did you say? Your entity is still in that?
She
I
summoned
summoned
a
a
Fey
Fey creature.
A Fey spirit. Siren?
Essentially a siren.
So that's the siren.
No, that's me because I'm a giant whale. My size went from tiny to large.
We're just using a bigger
So we're
mini.
Oh,
using
your,
it 'cause
your
I'm bigger.
siren is still inside.
My siren is
siren's still
inside.
Got it. Okay. Sorry, I got confused.
Tentacle.
20 to hit.
Ah, shit. There's no... Yeah, you got me.
He attacks, he's going to... Oh no, disadvantage because of your thing.
I took damage. When did I take that damage?
Psychic
Start of your
damage.
turn.
Oh, so now.
second
It was-
damage.
that was after my turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I do not have the Wayward Albatross.
Correct. So the tentacle wraps around you, dealing 3d6,
Sorry, I already lose sneak attack next turn anyway because I'm disadvantaged.
3d6, 11, 1, 22 points of bludgeoning damage,
Sure.
and you are now grappled next to it in one of its tentacles. Okay.
Just another day that ends in Y.
With that, it's Dobro's turn.
As in,
And
why
he-
me?
And he's going to do this, okay, and he's going to do this, okay, and then he's going to roll a bunch. It's going to... Okay, and then... And you suddenly, you'll see the illumination of the stomach. You see a bulge on one side, a bulge on another side, and then a bulge on another side. And you hear as
He's fighting like hell.
you see.
Why do we hear?
as Dobro whinnies
This
as a
battle cry.
seahorse, as he rushes out, as he and this what is it called? What is this creature called that you summoned? So
It's a Lorelei.
Lorelei, the Lorelei and Dobro are
Can we
puked
get
up
a D2?
along with this
Why don't you
bile.
just use Sylvie?
Oh yeah.
And with
That'll
that-
be confusing. I'm gonna get Lumi.
And with that, it's Rodek's
I
turn.
don't see how that's any less confusing.
Well, if Sylvie's on the board, but it's not Sylvie, this is Sylvie, and Sylvie is not Sylvie, that would be much more confusing.
Oh, actually, no. Legendary action. It's going to fling a tentacle towards you, Rodak. And that's going to be a 20 to hit. As it slaps off of your turtley shell. And you do that. So, okay, it's your turn.
Shrug off the tentacle with your
Can I yell out
turtley
something?
bulk.
Yeah.
If any of you start feeling like you're really poorly, like you might die or something, just let me know, okay? That's all.
I feel really scared. Does that count?
Nope, that's not what I asked.
Knowing that attacks are disadvantaged, they're like on my shell, kind of in the center. There's like kind of this you know how like they're like little shell markings that sort of form this like anvil with a flame on top of it.
Hell yeah!
So I'll be kind of floating, and that will sort of glow, and everyone will feel the water warm around you. As I will cast a bless at a second level.
Rodak
So
peed in the ocean.
everyone, so the four of us here sitting around the table will be blessed.
Ooh,
So add a D4 to any attack roll or saving throw.
Which is my good D4.
And then I'll say, stay away from it. Let me get, just stand behind me, please. And I'm going to try to like get next to Vandra so that he can, or I'm going to like stay somewhere, I don't know.
So with disadvantage, do we roll 2 d4s, one for each die, or is it just one d4
one.
and add it to both?
Just add it
Add it
to
to
the
the
roll. It's all
lower
one
one,
roll.
whatever it is. Okay, got it.
Okay. With that, it is going to reach out a tentacle and attempt to.
I sliced my finger, put on my notebook.
Jesus.
So I'm keeping the wound above my heart. So it's
I
not
saw you
bleeding.
going like this. I was like,
Yeah.
why is he being so fancy over
Because
there?
I'm bleeding all over myself.
Oh, hon.
It's fine though, it's slowing down.
Do you want a hot pickle paper towel?
That sounds terrible.
miss. Okay,
it's probably
Aemon,
slowing
you're
down because you're out of blood.
Annuan.
Okay. So I am going to continue to floosh back with my tentacles.
Good old flooshing.
To at least to the edge of like where the light might be. And then so you'll see 2 of my tentacles come up with arrows loaded in the bow. I've just got like all kinds of things happening. Everything's everywhere. And my luminescence will kind of change to a green color. And it'll almost be like a little I don't know, like a swirly kind of look inside of me, and I will cast my Hunter's Mark. Let's say it makes like a little green kind of almost eyeball glow on my head, and it'll cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action. And then so those 2 tentacles will come up and fire off 2 arrows.
They are coated in venom as the arrows fly off your jellyfish tentacles.
Okay, and so I'm disadvantaged currently, right?
Yes, if you fail, then yes.
Yes, so I'm just gonna roll the
What's the 1d4? Yep, you got it. Oh, nice.
Okay, so 17 plus 4.
You're good.
Okay.
Thanks, you did it.
All right. I'm gonna do this. 23. So those should both hit. All right. I'm trying to count all these out. Sorry. So 2d8 plus 1d8 for this. Well, yeah, they both hit. Plus 2 6s. Help me with this quick.
What's the question?
Hunter's Mark gives me
Extra
one.
d6.
It's an extra D6 per attack.
Okay, so that's my Hunter's Mark for 2 attacks. Then I've got
Extra
2
poison.
D8s for longbows.
2 d8s for
And
longbows.
2 more D6 for the poison.
2 more for poison, and 1 extra d8 for Colossus Slayer.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's everything.
And
Jesus.
then plus 2 8s on top of whatever the dice roll is. Okay. Okay.
Not, well, is it 8 or? No, plus,
My thing says 8, but.
Okay.
Alright, so that's 10.
It's probably pretty close. I mean, that's what mine is. I don't know what her weapon is or how that plus is added to, but mine's plus 8 per attack.
It is? Yep.
30.
Can I see?
Yep.
46.
46. As it fires in, as the venom seeps into this creature, it lets out, and these bubbles are bubbling from this massive creature.
It's just a thing, so I named.
Okay. With that, it is its turn, as it is going to swim around its massive fishy eel-like body, corrupted, as it whips around.
Does that mean I go with it?
Yes, you do. As it is whipped around here.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
No, it is has the flyby feature.
Of course.
As it opens its mouth, and you see the leaking of this horrible acidic black bile as it bursts out through the water. I need everyone in a 60-foot cone. Can I hit everybody?
Probably.
60-foot cone.
Pretty damn close.
To make a what?
As dexterity saving throw, as this black bile bursts through
Don't
the
forget
air.
1d4
It probably can.
for the saving throw. Well, I rolled like a god anyway. I got 28. Being restrained doesn't affect my saving throw or anything, right? Being grappled?
Being grappled, no.
No.
Being restrained would be disadvantage, but
You're already disadvantaged anyway.
I am? Again?
Yeah, because the if you roll disadvantage on attack rolls.
No, saving throws.
Attack rolls and saving throws, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. I'm gonna roll again.
And it's till the end of your
15.
turn?
Yes,
You
so
don't
yeah.
have okay, so I'm good.
So that was plus 1.
And you
it
said
would have been.
dex saving
Wow,
throw.
damn it. 17.
17.
That's with your D4?
Yeah. I know it was plus 1.
24.
24, so you're going to take all of this damage.
That's a fail?
Was it 24? 17, 18
I
is the
fail.
DC.
Okay,
18 is
So
the DC.
I fail as well.
Okay, so you're going to take all of this. 11 plus 27 points of acid damage.
Oh wow, almost took 270 points.
Okay, that's his turn. Vanders, you're up.
I'm gonna make disadvantaged attack rolls here, 2 of them. I do not get sneak attack, so it's just gonna be regular attack roll if anything hits.
Okay.
Do you and Rich have the same cell phone case?
Yes, very similar, but is for a different cell phone. 20 to hit.
Oh, that hits, yeah.
Is the first attack. Oops. Come on. Second attack will be a, oh boy, 16 to hit, so that was
16
a
will
miss.
As you're in its grasp.
Yeah, and then I'll do 2d4, 1d8. Jeez Louise, I can't do anything today. That's gonna be 7, 15 to hit, 15 damage, and 12 plus 8 is so 35 points of damage for 2 attacks. Miserable.
5. Okay, as you stab in with your noses, it continues to grapple you, and with that, it is going to take its tentacle and vanish. You feel yourself pulled as you are then flung through the water at Sylvie.
Oh boy!
And Sylvie, you need to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can dodge this.
But I'm blessed.
you're blessed.
23.
23, you managed to dodge out of the way, so Vanish takes no damage.
I'm screaming through the water.
We'll say that you land up about here.
Yeah, that sounds
about
good.
here.
I'll just never be able to make another melee attack again.
You are thrown back, and you are able to dodge out of the way, Sylvie, as that happens. And then with that, it is Vanish turn. Oh no, it's layer action. As
Yes, that's right, because I already went.
as the layer action, as you hear this as this sonar, this strange sort of undersea depth charge burst out, as you hear crumbling, as all sorts of boulders and rocks, as the cliff starts to crumble all around you from the ravine, as they all begin to fall. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Sea rocks fall.
Don't forget your D4 after you, my friend.
Uh-oh.
You said dexterity
I need to. I have to.
I got a 2.
I have to. I might die.
Yeah,
if I get
That's
hit.
why we have them. That's why we have them.
failed.
Much
almost
better.
Certainly.
I got a 23.
9.
So
16.
18 is the DC.
Yep.
So that is 18,
So what
20.
you're saying is you're low.
25 points of bludgeoning damage.
About a quarter.
As they,
About a quarter health.
or you take no damage if you dodge it. As
None.
you dodge out of the way, and you see all these rocks fall down, they sink into the blackness below. With that, Sylvia, you're up.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
When I see that Vandrus is getting thrown all over the place and looks weak,
I look a little beat up, I would say. I'm like, not horrible,
He's
but
definitely
Okay.
been more attacked than everybody
yeah,
else.
you can tell that I've been getting...
I don't know about
I
that.
guess that's
But I
true.
also doubled my health, so it doesn't really matter. It's up to you. All right, I'll keep my fake creature.
Yeah,
I
I
am
think I'm
going
alright. I'm not, like-
to use.
I'm not in deep shit or anything.
I am going to throw my Eldritch Blast at this thing.
Okay.
I'm going to open my mouth and
Yes.
just you'll watch as Eldritch Magic shoots from my whaley maw.
You do a Kamehameha wave from your mouth as a whale.
My lowest one is 17,
17 misses.
and then 19.
19 hits.
Okay, so then the other two hit.
Okay. They blast into it, and you can see as this creature looks incredibly misshapen. You see that there's actually from its underside there's a strange lobster-like leg growing out from its underbelly.
18 force,
What the hell?
18 force as it blasts into it.
and then my Lorelei is going to move toward it.
Not my Lorelei.
My Lorelei.
Sweet Lorelei.
Perfect. She can get there, so she's gonna get there, and she is going to do her multi-attacks. So I'm gonna.
Like here?
Yeah, melee range.
Oh, and as her bonus action, she is going to be fuming, and she is going to get advantage on both of these attacks,
Nice.
which is good. So
That's
that's
good.
the first one's gonna hit, and the second one's gonna hit. 23 piercing damage
Okay.
and 7 force damage. And that's my turn. 23 and then 7.
Okay. As blood is pouring out of this creature, its massive maw is leaking with bile as it shifts around and looks at you with these empty white eyes and this orange eye in the center of its forehead, just looking with its strange malevolence to it. And with that, it's going to use a tentacle attack, and with Annulin right in front of it, it's going to make a tentacle attack against you, Annulin. It's going to be a 18 to hit.
It does not hit.
You manage to dodge out of the way. This tentacle does that, and with that, it is Dobro's turn. And Dobro is going to look around and say, "Well, I'm glad I'm fast, but I think I'd rather make this thing slow." And he reaches into his honey pot with his dipper that he pulls out, and he takes it and he throws this glob of honey that grows and grows and grows and grows and grows as it attempts to encompass this massive creature.
May the power of the Honey King compel you. May the power of the Honey King
And it's a
compel
natural
you.
20. It smashes into it, and I will say it does no damage, but because it's a natural 20, it's a gargantuan creature. It's not even going to roll. As this massive globule of honey coats it, and it actually seems surprised by its maddened, wide, ravenous eyes. Gets completely globbed in honey, and it is now restrained. With that,
Man, I'm not gonna be able to get to him.
and with that, as he looks over at you, Van, he's like, "You need a ride, buddy."
Well, I'm not near you, but yeah.
I'm really fast. As he is going to go.
He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's gonna do 8. And then He's going to grab. Oh shit! And he's going to grab you. Use his bonus action to grab you in his hand, and use his bonus action to dash, which he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. No, 14, 15, 16. 16.
Damn.
Yes, let's go. Yes! This is huge. This is my moment.
He's super fast.
This is my swordfish moment.
I can swim like the wind! And with that, it is Roderick's turn.
1, 2, 3.5, 4.5, 6. I am going to use my bonus action, and I'm gonna spin around. And since I can't click my heels together, my back flippers are gonna click together. And I'm gonna enter, like in Finding Nemo with the turtles, where it's like that slipstream or whatever. Slipstream kind of effect appears, and I zoom all the way over here. I'll zoom over here. And someone. I will for my action. He's restrained, right? So I'm advantaged.
Oh hell yeah! Let's go.
I am going to. Instead of like holding an axe, I would imagine I'd be more turtle-y, so I think the edges of my shell are almost like axe blades.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna spin around next to him like that turtle boss from World of Warcraft, and slice him up with the attack action.
You do that.
I love that.
And you know what? They're all gonna be power attacks. Fuck it.
Yeah, let him rip.
So let's get some good ones here.
And I'll discuss tomorrow.
So 18. Let me just make sure that I'm doing this right.
Is that the name of the turtle boss?
Probably one of them.
That was in Throne of Thunder, right?
That's Tortos. Gamara or Gamora. What the Gamera reference is in? There's a couple Gamera references, but I think the main boss that everybody knows is Blackfell.
25 for the first
the
attack.
turtle boss.
I was thinking of the one in Throne of Thunder.
Yeah,
right before
he's
Megara.
stuck. Yeah, he's stuck in the
he
thing.
spins around and
He's
he
little
knocks
huge
you.
turtles that spin around.
Oh yeah,
yes, and he's just stuck in the wall because he's
You're
so
right.
huge.
We'll make 2 of these menacing attacks. We'll make all 3 menacing attacks. Fuck it.
Let it ride.
So he needs to make three wisdom saving throws.
Natural 20. Natural 20.
Wow. I think you got some good rolls.
Wisdom, you say?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
He's gonna fail the other one.
Dude, that's a fuckload of damage.
Okay, so he's afraid. So let me just calculate this. So that's oh boy, it's
Does restrain give
10.
advantage on ranged attacks too? Or just melee?
Just melee.
I think actually it might be
32.
never can find restraint.
32, 37.
Attack rolls, just straight attack rolls.
40.
Tight.
52.
Damn!
52
That's a fuckload.
plus 52 plus what's 7 times 3?
21.
So
73.
73 plus 30 is what?
103?
103 damage.
What the fuck?
And I will I'll use action surge and I'll do it again. I'll do the action
Okay.
attack.
Alright, well, thanks for the ride, Dobra, but I don't think this battle's probably over.
3. Hold
That's
on.
a hit.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Yep.
It's a hit.
Yep. So close to those natties, man. Damn.
So close. If I didn't have to use my bonus action, I would have used the demon ability to crit on lower stuff. But I
Yeah.
can't get over there. And then how many do I have actually? How many more? So we'll make 2 more of them menacing attacks. But if he's already afraid, it doesn't matter. I'm just adding the dice. So it's all of this again minus 1d10.
All right. That's not bad.
So let's just do so 6 times 3 is what? 18. 19, 22, 27, 20 or 34, 49, or what did I say? I think it's
That's
49.
good
Which is less than last time.
He's
That's
gonna
fine.
die.
49 plus 21 is 59, 69, 70 plus 30 is 100.
100 damage?
Yep.
How do you want to do this?
Violently? Like a fucking spinning whirlwind blade death?
I just want to like
Damn.
I just go really fast, and as I get close to him, I'm like going through this tunnel of water that's flying through, and all of a sudden I just start to spin, and my shell just razors right through him.
You Levi Ackerman.
Literally a Beyblade.
Yeah, you Levi Ackerman. As you see this turtle spinning, Rodek, his beard is still spinning around as the blade, as you make contact, shredding through its flesh, its bulging appendages, its strange shells growing off, the strange bits of growths that seem to be malforming this, and you just run, and the razor sharp edges of your shell just tear up the entire line of it as it's covered in honey. The honey doesn't slow you down, but you cut right through it, and bile and ichor pour out of this thing as its eyes go wide, and you see that the ravenous, empty white eyes just die, and the glow disappears.
You put him in a fucking blender.
The
orange eye looks at you as the white eyes fade, and then the orange eye closes as this creature, now split down the middle, opens up in butterflies. The honey now no longer clinging it to this ravine. As it begins to sink down, that horrible iridescent glow from its lamp, never fading, as it begins to sink into the ravine.
I'm gonna chase after it.
You do that.
Sylvie, what are you doing?
Well, we gotta get that light thing.
Yo, I'm a wee bit dizzy.
No worries, I'll go with you, and I'm going to try to help go with you.
Go out when it died?
No.
Nope.
It did.
The white of its eyes, so basically it had these big, ravenous, empty white eyes, the strange, malevolent orange eye, and the iridescent lamp on its head. And the orange eye closed, the white eyes went out and closed, and then as it falls down butterflied, it drops into the water. And Sylvie, you chase after it as it sinks. This massive creature sinking pretty deep, but you are able to chase after. You're able to keep up with it. Your whale body spinning down. I need to make a perception check for me.
Perception, you say?
16.
16. I'll say that's enough. As its massive body falls down, its teeth shattered, its jaw dislocated, you see this horrible iridescent glow casting a light on the walls of this trench. But then it catches it on a shape. And then you see darkness. And then you realize now that as this creature sinks, illuminating briefly in the glow of its lamp, its lure, you see what look like pillars and a broken door with a strange seeping black bile coming out of the broken door, and very faint, glowing from within this shattered doorway, you see a tiny light in the darkness.
I'm going to activate my Crown of Stars.
Ooh.
I'm going to use a bonus action and use my 7th level Arcanum, and the thorny rose crown on my head is going to illuminate, and the petals are going to fold open, and in them motes of starlight will appear. And because they're all activated for 30 feet around me, it's pure light.
Nice.
Let's fucking
Hell
go.
yeah.
And as the creature, this massive beast, sinks into the depths, you see now as the iridescent light is swallowed up into the trench below. But Sylvie's witch's turn, her elder cross around her head, is now radiating with starlight, and very clearly illuminated is this strange set of pillars built into the very deepest parts of the ravine. As you hear very faint the thud from below and bubbles as the beast settles the bottom of this trench. And illuminated in the starlight, you see, built of impossibly ancient stone, smashed and shattered, you see a ruined doorway with a small platform jutting out below it. And you see now that this doorway is broken. You can see that on one side of the door is some sort of creature carved in from the pieces as it leans in, and a different creature on the other. And one looks like the elegant carvings of a toad, and the other one is the elegant carving of a crab. And from within you see the faint glow of purple and teal. You are all able to, Sylvia, you see this illuminating. You see now, all of you, these pillars, beautifully carved that look otherworldly and incredibly ancient. And it looks, from our standpoint, like these beautiful Greco-Roman style pillars and architecture built into the side of the depths of this ravine. And you see this beluga whale illuminating starlight, and you're able to swim down there.
Yeah, once I got my composure after...
Wow, Rodak, that was brutal. I didn't know you could do that.
I don't do it often, but it was all because of you and that honey.
The power of honey is pretty impressive. You guys should really try to... Maybe you should stay at Bearheim. Anyway.
I'll make my way down after them.
You all see now this doorway built very large, probably 10 feet tall, with broken in several pieces, but open and cracked, certainly enough for creatures of your size to swim through.
I will swim through.
Okay.
Hold on, Sylvie.
Oh, you're here. I thought you were just gonna hang out back there and sniff the air.
Let me go first, if you don't mind.
Why?
Because I have this shell. If someone's gonna jump out and attack us, I can just go,
I'm a giant freaking whale right now, bruh.
Well, that's why you're a big target. You should just stay in the back.
What?
Or, no, how about you? Can I swim alongside you?
We can't fit through at the same time. Look at me. I'm so whaley, it's ridiculous.
All right.
I'm so whaley.
I'll be right behind you.
And you see, seeping out of the bottom of the door, through the air, this tendrils, this strange black substance as it pours down into the ravine. Some of it drifts up outside of this broken door.
Ew, gross. Okay, whatever.
Swim through the door.
As you all swim through,
You're all coming.
Yes.
I guess are you all coming?
Yeah, I would go. Yeah.
I am not being left alone.
We would go with Sylvie.
I'm going to be in the back because I've got a bad feeling about this.
I need more chances to use my giant flaming nose.
As you pass through the doors and the starlight emitting around this whale head bathes this chamber that otherwise would be incredibly dark in light. And you now see the same style of architecture, ancient and elegant. It almost looks like bits of coral, things that look like the most beautiful sandcastles you ever might have seen, pearls and scales built in the architecture. And you see that there's this large circular chamber that as soon as you enter, it it feels dark. And you see ahead as the light casts against what looks like was a giant clamshell made of stone, smashed open in two pieces. And with this just bubbling pool of black bile-like substance from where these tendrils that snake below you and through the water all around you. And you can just hear in your heads, in your ears, these strange whispers in your mind as you see now all around you skeletons in armor, the flesh entirely picked away. The top half seemed to be humanoid of some kind. The bottom half seemed to be fish-like.
Mermaids.
On the ground,
Ariels.
their armor pierced and punctured, some bones shattered, strewn across this place. And you feel strange quiet. And you see that darkness despite the starlight radiating around. You see that horrible black pool from this shattered clam-like chest. And then on either side, you see where those glimpses of color were from. And on either side, the light catches on two statues, large and graphed into the wall, taking up a great amount of space in this chamber. And on the right side, glowing this faint teal-like color, you see a large statue of a large crab cresting on a wave before a horizon. And then on your left, you see, in slightly glowing in this purple light, it's faint and weak, you see a toad that almost seems to be dancing beneath this wild magic-like storm cloud. And you see now that these statues faintly glow of their respective colors, and small lines of the same light seem to arc through the ground, but then fizzle out as they aren't able to penetrate this spilling black pool of bile at the center. And you just hear, you feel what happened in this place. And it wasn't good.
How did the Coven of Whispers manage all this?
I mean, all we know is that they turned against each other. They felt infighting. Whatever they did, they convinced them to turn against each other and probably rip themselves to shreds.
I want to just do like a quick quick check to see, like, does it seem like they just killed each other? There was no external, if I can get it.
Make an investigation check.
Can I wear my cool
Sure.
goggles?
turtly goggles.
That makes a big difference. Skills. Oh, 22.
I will say that you look around and it seems as if there wasn't infighting, but you see the punctures and the weapons at the side. It seemed as if the way the bone was shattered and the way the armor was pierced seemed to have been done from a trident similar to the ones that they wielded. And it seemed as if there had been very much the scenes of a conflict, of a battle. But someone or something did all of this, and that's what you're able to glean.
Right, we shouldn't get too close to that bubbling mess.
Does that look like what was coming out of the fishy?
It looked similar to what was coming out of the fish. It looked similar to what was dripping from the heart.
And was coming from the door too. Like
and it's drifting in the water, and you see bits of tendrils in it. And as it gets closer, you kind of hear little whispers continue to get louder the longer that you're here.
This can't be good for the water and the creatures. I mean, look what it must have done to that horrible fish creature.
So what are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. That's my question as well. I don't even know what we're looking for.
I think we have to cleanse the corruption.
How?
I don't know.
I mean...
Why do you think we have to cleanse it?
I think Baba Yaga said we had to cleanse it. Am I remembering that correctly?
She said that you guys had to steal yourselves and claim an aspect, a remnant of whatever power was left.
God, I mean, Dobro's the only one that could probably even get close to that, and I certainly don't want to subject him to that anymore.
Mm-hmm. I have a question.
Okay.
Do you guys have any snacks?
No.
I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Easy, Dobro. Steal yourself.
Man, why did I leave? I think I had a couple Reubens left, and I didn't even pack them.
Just eat some honey and try to sate yourself.
Oh, I used it all on the fish. Oh.
Well, you have bread in there, right?
Oh, that's right. Oh.
Why would I keep bread in there?
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe we can't do anything about it, but it's almost like it's keeping the power of these statues at bay.
What do you mean?
Well, we know we have to gain some kind of blessing or power of what was protecting this place.
Do we know that? Or are you just making that up?
Baba Yaga said that you had to seek the whatever remnant echo lingering power there was to protect yourselves. She didn't say anything.
I know Sylvie knows that, but she's like, she never told us like, oh, you need to go in and there are statues.
Well, I'm presuming that from each statue there's this magical glow that was presumably containing the heart in the middle of that broken stone shell now. And you can see it's being kept away by this bubbling corruption. So I'm wondering if something about that is stopping whatever protection was here.
Okay, but where's the actionable?
Why, I'll look around. I'll swim up to a statue and see, is there like a button, or I'll swim up to the crab. Is there like a button, or is there, anything to interact with, or is it just there and is it glowing? Do I feel it?
You feel the horrible whispers are getting louder. And then, would you swim to the purple or the teal side?
The teal side.
As you swim into the glow of this statue of the crab, the teal, it illuminates you. Suddenly, the whispers stop, and the darkness. You can still hear it slightly. You know it's in the chamber, but it's not nearly as oppressive. And you see now that there seems to be writing in a language at the base of this statue of this crab. In a language that I don't think that you can read.
Everyone come over here! There's some kind of writing and I can't read it.
I do. I listen.
You swim over. And Vandris, you see that it's written in Sylvan.
Ha-ha! I can read that. It's in Sylvan. Which means the rest of us can read it, except for maybe minus the bear person and, of course, the dwarf.
And my Lorelei named Lorelei can also read it.
I just want everyone to know that I am Man Bear Horse.
Man Bear Horse.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Or a Seaman Bear Horse.
Ooh, that's even more impressive.
I'm Gnome Hag Whale.
That's probably even more impressive. I kind of wish I got the whale. Do you know how big I would be?
You'd be gigantimous.
And I'm just a portal.
And you see now.
I'm sorry, Dwardle got me.
I once had a bad case of Dwardle in Beaver Creek. As Vandris, you read, glowing in this teal light, you see written Karkinos. Prime of freedom.
God, I'm a Haglugo whale. I'm a Haglugo whale.
I
Take up his tenet.
Oh shit, my bad.
Prime of freedom.
To shine his light into the darkness and steel yourself against the hunger.
I tell them this, and for those who can't read it.
So this was on
Crab.
the crab.
Tenant. A light?
I mean, they're places. They're going to be places. Granted, I haven't stepped foot beyond Karkinos too much, but I mean, Yona's a place. You knew that.
Hey.
We've mentioned out of character. We've mentioned that Mamut probably has something to do with the location of the hunger below. Do we know about that in character?
You know there was ice.
I think Rodic has made that.
Rodic has postured
in
that. Yes.
character because of the breaking
Yes.
through the ice, and
And
that's what he's put
as
together.
you swim over and you are awash, you feel as if you are reprieved from that horrible, oppressive feeling.
You mentioned Mamut. I mean, if Mamut is where all of this is happening, perhaps the other places, or there are places within Evandris that hold the answer, much like Yona and Karkinos.
No, I think what this is saying. She wanted to know where Dobro was, where he met the bear spirit. There was a bear.
That tracks.
This is Karkinos. I don't think... I mean, sure, there's a connection, but I believe that the prime, the crab, its name is Karkinos. I believe this bear spirit you met is Yona.
I never asked her name. You gotta get better about doing that.
So what you're
So
saying?
wait, you're trying to say that these prime things are all just aminos?
I don't know.
Whoa, wait. You're saying that there's a prime that's a frog?
I told...
This is the best day ever!
I'm gonna run over to the frog statue.
So, I mean, does anyone even know the origin of the names of the continents on Evandris? I mean, do you? That's not a rhetorical question. Does anyone know? I'm certainly no history student.
They've been called that as long as I've been alive, right? Presumably.
Yes. I would say that you, as far as any, you don't even need to roll a history check. As far as anything that you've looked back, that they have had the same names from as far as you know.
And did you already read the toad?
No.
No,
So Sylvie
I'm rushing
is-
over to
okay.
it.
You, Sylvie,
I heard
now
something
as
written
you
in Sylvan.
as you swim over,
That was
the increasingly loud whispers you're suddenly granted that
Shut up,
reprieve
whispers.
as you still hear them, but at the back of your mind. And that seeping bile, that hunger that's starting to pull at your gut, there's a bit of reprieve, and you see, written in Sylvan, is Chalk, Prime of Magic.
This is mine.
So on and so forth. Take up-
CHAAC.
CHAAC, Chalk, Prime of Magic.
This
Take
is
up
my
his
prime.
tenet to shine your light into the darkness and steel
minute.
yourself against the hunger.
What was the other one? It said Karkinos. The something.
The prime of freedom. And we know that the bear,
It's courage, yeah.
You know?
presumably Yona,
I guess.
tracks.
So how do we take up its tenant? Do I do magic? How do I pledge myself to this frog thing?
She's the prime of courage. And maybe there are only 3, or maybe there are more.
Well, places in the Vandross are there? Do you think there's one for every place? Do you think there's one for every city? Or town?
That's an interesting question. Do we know in totality, as characters, how many continents, what their names are? Is it established? Have they been explored?
I would say that you would know. I would say that anyone who would consider themselves learned, or has done some kind of research about the world, who's looked at a globe and studied it.
Oh, definitely.
Would know. Some of them have been way less. Some of them have been way less explored than others. Maybe not. And some have much less civilization. But I would say that there are 12 continents, and their names are known.
Interesting.
Well, there are 12 continents on Avantris.
Yep, I knew that. I've read a Pictionary before.
So maybe there are 12 prime ones. It's a lot. It's a lot more than the...
That's way more than us.
And if each one has some boon or blessing...
We can't get them all. There are only 4 of us. 5 of you count Dobro and I don't.
So it says the same thing. It says we have to
No, it doesn't
take
say
up
the
his
same
tenant
thing.
to shine the light into the darkness.
No. I mean, yeah, it says that part, but it doesn't say the same thing. It says Chuck, super rad toad of magic.
I'm looking over shit.
It doesn't say
Yes, it
that.
does, Annual, and I was reading it.
I'm sorry.
It does say that.
Oh, you're right. Along the back there, it does. After
Yep.
it says all this other stuff.
Yeah. Why are you finger chinning? What's happening?
Actually, it's just a flipper. It's just a fin, just like tapping my fish chin with my long sword nose. I'm just thinking, and I know that's not my strong suit, but I mean, it stands to reason that we need to find where these places in Chak and Karkinos are, right? I mean, our good friend Dobro was in Yona when this happened, right? Right? Correct?
So I've got to go.
That's exactly right.
I've got to go to Chalk.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't...
Is it pronounced Chalk or Chuck? It's spelled funny, right? Chalk?
Chaac.
No, I don't know how to pronounce that one. But Chalk, is it Chalk or Chalk? Chalk. It's really hard to do the L.
I think
and the
it's
T.
chalk.
Okay, Chalk. So I have to go there?
I don't... it
I mean,
depends.
I'm claiming this one. It's got a frog, and it's about magic. Like, that one's mine, right? I have that one?
But how do you know you can only have one blessing?
Well, I only want that one.
Well, there are only 2, and we all need it. So we probably
Well,
could
there are
both...
only 2 here.
2 that we know of,
But
right? I mean, if Sylvie's right, there
If
are
there are
20 of
12.
them. And there isn't anything saying that we couldn't collect them all, and we may need to in order to defeat whatever horrible thing is sleeping below the plane.
Are there
Beyond the
any other,
stars.
looking around, are there any, places leading off of where we are, or, potentially other places
Just-
to explore?
A relatively circular chamber. And Sylvie, make an Arcana check at advantage because of the Feywild.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
24.
24.
24.
I would say from what you had heard from stories of Lumi and things in your dreams that you had seen at the Feywild, that Baba Yaga has shown you, that the architecture and also whatever power is here is very much of the Feywild. But very clearly the actual power, the magic, whatever this is coming from this teal, from this crab and this toad. And so the chamber was built of the Feywild, but then harness it, and then each power, I would say, it's pretty easy to deduce that.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the thing I deduced, but it doesn't help me at all.
I mean, this is very...
Does it help you, Rodek?
It's very beyond me. I don't...
I just don't understand why the 2 statues are down here and none of the others, but we have to go elsewhere.
We know there are 5 hearts.
Well, it could be also because of the warder.
Wait, 6 hearts. 6 hearts.
6.
We know there are 6 hearts, and if there are 12
Why do we know
primes...
there are 6 hearts?
2 guardians of a prime? A heart?
Yeah, but I'm saying they're the ones that are here because it's in the border.
And perhaps...
And a crab is borderless, and a frog is borderless.
And maybe they intentionally...
Actually said it was a toad, and that's not waterous at all.
I know, but I think Brodek's wrong, and I think it's a frog.
I'm listening.
Maybe they intentionally spread the hearts across the plains. And even if it's harnessing the powers of Vantress...
Do you think there's one in the shadow there?
I don't know.
Why did you sound so scared right there?
No, I just... there's a lot to put together.
He's on a roll. Give him a minute.
6 and 12
Okay,
and...
so how many of the hearts do you think they've gotten so far?
There's no way to know, right?
I don't know. Baba Yaga said she didn't know. She didn't know the location of any
Do
of
we
the
have
others.
to be booned by all 12 of these things?
Well, it sounds like it would be beneficial.
So how do we get booned by them?
We have to raise their tenant.
But what does that
Dobro
even
did
mean?
something good
Okay,
and...
here, this is what I'll do.
And I'm going to stand in front of the frog. Even though it's a toad, it's always going to be a frog. And I am going to cast a spell. I will cast...
I like that.
I'll cast Major Image and make myself in the image of this toad thing.
Okay. You do that.
See what it does. I don't know.
You do
I
that,
don't know.
and you cast Major Image, and so the beluga gnome hag.
It's a Hagluga.
Hagluga. Shifts and changes into this dancing purple toad, and you see as the magic channels and glows, and you see a pulse of purple coming from the statue, and it washes over you, and it's almost blinding. The rest of you don't really seem to notice, but you see Sylvie recoil. And you then all see Sylvie, you see a faint glow of purple at Sylvie's forehead.
Like the light recedes, and then we're able to see it.
Recedes, and you're able to see that there is a slight glow of around the forehead.
It did something. I don't know if I'm booned, but it did something.
Do you feel different?
I don't feel like I have like a third tit or anything.
Dobro, when Yona came to you, you saw her. She spoke with you, right?
Well, yes, that's the bear spirit is Yona, then yes. Did a great deed of courage. I guess that's how that worked. She, took her claw, was like... you know, it was like...
He glowed orange, and there's teal, and there's purple, and I, pull out a turtley notebook, and I just start writing with the turtley made out of kelp. With my turtley flippers. So hold on, we don't know if it's one pair, so I think Vantress, that kind of sounds like your thing. Why don't you go over there and do something freedom-oriented?
What?
Just swim around fast and
What do you mean do a thing that's freedom-oriented? That's
or say, give a really rousing speech about freedom.
You've definitely done that before. It's probably in your book.
Oh, no. I haven't reloaded my book of speeches in a long time. Listen, you're trying to get me to do an abstract idea. Freedom isn't a verb. To be free, to do freedom. What does that even mean?
Well, just why don't you tell me about freedom?
Jesus,
why don't you tell me about how it makes you feel?
I was not prepared for
when
this.
you were a wee lad in Cygnus and you didn't want to study the magics like your parents wanted you to, you said, no, I want to be free. Tell me about it.
You're almost as inspiring as I am. I might have to make something off the cuff here. I feel like I might be feeling inspired even. Wow, Rodek, thank you. You've really helped me look inward today and introspect a little and realize that the freedom was inside me all along. But I get ahead of myself. 219 years ago, when I was just a wee... No, I'm just kidding. you make a very good point, though, about freedom. I mean, there's a reason that I left. I felt as though that I was stuck in sickness, and my future was being thrust upon me by my parents and my peers and the people that I grew up with, and with all this magic stuff that until recently I didn't really have any good grasp of. So I left. And I, I would be lying if I said that I didn't feel badly about it, at least initially. Not initially. It wasn't until I started maturing and realizing that I just kind of left. Because I didn't want people to tell me how to live my life. And it goes without saying that there's a lot of parallels between me and Orpheus. I mean, I think that's why I hated him so much, was because I saw a lot of myself in the way that he acted, and I came to realize that I missed my family, and freedom isn't just about leaving and running away from your problems. I mean, look at the things that we've done together. I mean, even Svarog alone, we freed people. We helped them achieve freedom. We helped Ratley and all of his peoples also achieve freedom. And that's what it was. We came together, we met the problem head on, and that was how we conquered what was keeping us down and trapped. And I've realized that someday I'm going to have to go back and face it. Why I left. I can't just run away from my problems forever.
That's right.
And I hope that as we face this problem, we can free Evandris from whatever is tainting it. And potentially going to destroy it. We can do it.
And with that, you finish your speech, and the crab statue glows with this teal light, washes over you, and then you see that there's a glow around your forehead of teal energy.
How do you both feel?
I don't know, but I feel like there's something above me.
And I will say, I want to, when the power washed over you, Sylvie, you heard the croak of a toad, very faintly.
I'm hearing frogs croaking off in the distance.
And you heard the clacking of crab claws.
There was some sort of noise. It sounded as if it was some sort of sea creature, perhaps a crab.
And both of you sit there and listen. And that had been in the back of your mind, it's gone.
Wait.
You don't hear it.
Wait, do you not hear that gibbering is gone? The whispers are gone.
What are you talking about? I hear it very good. I'm getting more hungry.
It's working. It's working.
You don't hear it anymore.
No.
No, I don't hear anything.
You hear me?
The silence is almost like
I don't
deafening.
hear anything at all.
I can't believe how clear it is.
All right, no one else do anything. We're going to test something. Okay, lad, you go over there. I'll point to the toad.
No, that's mine.
We need to test if we can get more than one.
Mine. No, it's mine.
I swim over to the toad statue. All right, what do you want me to do?
Well, there's only two, and we have to try this.
Why does Vandris get to? Why can't I have to?
You can have two too.
No, but what if the crab overrides my frog?
Well, we're going to test to see what happens.
So why don't you just go try that other one and see if Vandris goes away?
That's a good point.
I mean, we all have experience with freedoms. Tell your story.
Well, the whole reason all of this started was that my people are being enslaved in their own homes by a false war, because of an evil king in a league with frost giants and dark, vile dwarves from deep below the ground. And I don't understand why. I don't understand how. But my people, my entire life, I was a prisoner in my own home, in my own kingdom. And I left everything behind to be free, and to bring freedom to my own people. So it's been my goal for decades. And Karkinos, you, Crab Lord, or whatever you may be, I swear I will fight for freedom. I have for decades, and I will. until my people are free and the world is free.
You finish, and a glow of teal light. You hear the clacking of crab claws, and there's a glow of teal around your head, and the whispering, the gibbering. You can no longer hear the hunger that had been increasing and pulling at your stomach.
Well,
Is gone.
Look at that! Oh, I'm definitely going to try to get two. I look at the toad statue and I say, what was his name? Chalk, magic toad of magicness. I suggest you become good friends with me. And I cast suggestion on the bas relief.
You do that, and it flashes purple, and it washes you, and as it disappears, you hear a croak, but you still have that turquoise glow, that teal glow.
My giant swordfish grin turns to a look of confusion and sadness. It didn't work. Well, I guess I only get one.
That's strange.
Why?
Maybe we just need one?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think everybody can be everything.
Oh, I think that's very insightful.
You know, if there are 6 of these, you can't expect that all of us are going to have all 6 of the attributes that it needs.
And maybe we don't want the other attributes. We don't even know what they are.
Right. Well, Daniel, maybe...
You want to let my frog friend boon all over your face? Feels pretty good. And you can't hear whispers.
I'm gonna boon!
Oh,
Well,
dear.
if you're not going to, I'm gonna boon.
Yikes,
But
I'm
you
gonna...
already have one from Yona.
But wait a minute. Why can I still hear? Why am I still hungry?
I didn't think about that.
Well, surely it's because I accidentally tricked you into touching the heart.
No, perhaps the touch of the heart maybe...
You really are a terrible person, Vandus.
Well, to be fair,
It's one of the worst things he's ever done.
Well,
At least in my presence.
in hindsight, yes, besides pushing that hobo through the magic door, which we don't really talk about anymore. We don't do that anymore. That is absolutely, in hindsight, one of the worst things I have ever done. But who could have blamed me?
You mean when you shouted that guy?
Yeah, I mean, in a roundabout way, yes, I convinced him to walk through the threshold of a booby-trapped, magic shop. That wasn't really my fault. It was just a suggestion. Oh, suggestion! Look at that thing had come full circle.
You should not be trusted with that kind of magic.
That's true.
But I actually think you said something that made sense to me a little bit. If the heart came from this chamber, and that particular heart gave you the whispers, then maybe one of these entities can get rid of them. Maybe you can get booned twice.
Can I get booned twice?
Well, which boon makes the most sense to you?
I love a good boon cocky. Well, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. And I don't know why. I'm still very hungry, and I'm all out of snacks, and I have a sandwich.
As it kind of dissipates, falls apart, it's soggy.
Oh, do you want one of the cookies Papa Yaga gave me?
Do you have cookies?
Yeah.
Are they going to fall apart into pieces?
No, she told me they were
Yes!
gonna.
Yes, I'll have all of your cookies.
No, but she gave them to me.
Well, I'll have one of your any cookie. I'll have a crumb. Just a morsel.
Well, why don't you
Yes.
get your boon first and then see if you still want them?
Okay. Well, Crab Jones, Toad Jones, Freedom, Magic. Both things are pretty Feywild, I gotta say. It's hard to choose. But this guy looks like he can party. As he casts insect plague. As you hear, despite being underwater, a cacophonous buzzing as the spectral fey spirit bees spin around, and the toad. The toad glows purple and it washes over him, and he says, "Well, I don't. And you see now his whole body begins to glow orange as you see as and he lets out this bestial bear-like roar as all of a sudden his entire body is glowing, radiating, filling the room with this orange light. You hear as the black bile is shrunk back into a tiny speck inside the shattered chest as he coughs up, and from his eyes and his ears and his mouth and his nose, this corruption just seeps out of his body. As he then comes to, and he is just radiating with this orange glow.
How do you feel?
Are you alright?
Well,
Was that the biggest boon you've ever had?
that was I booned. Oh my goodness. Oh,
That was
you ever have
a
a
clog.
That was a clog.
Jeez, that's disgusting. Never say that
I mean,
again.
it doesn't appear as though your boon has been overwritten or changed, but clearly this chalk who knows how to party helped kind of push things along, if you know what I mean.
Right out of your body!
That was some very spiritual fiber.
Bunch of...
Was all that in my whole person because you tricked me, you son of a bitch?
Listen, again,
Vanders, I'm going to bear maul you to death after I encase you in honey.
I encourage you
Do
to
you still
try.
feel hungry?
I'm actually going to just encase you in honey and then leave you on an anthill.
That's very specific.
Yeah, it'll be very painful. We have to have words.
More importantly, are you feeling better?
Yes, can I have a cookie now, please?
You're
I'm
still
actually...
hungry!
Well, no, but I want to eat now because I'm feeling emotional.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Thank you. Oh, it's shaped like me. I'm delicious. They're little like gingerbread cookies shaped like all your friends, like you and all your friends. And so one is it's much larger. It's the largest one, and it's shaped like dobro.
Why is Baba Yaga so sweet?
She's like the best.
She's literally the greatest.
And when she eventually turns on us,
I don't
it's
believe
gonna
it.
destroy me.
I don't believe it.
Never gonna happen.
Nope.
I hope it
She's
doesn't.
too good.
But
She's actually she's lawful good.
she is the greatest thing about this campaign ever, and I love her.
He's actually a paladin.
Yep.
In disguise.
Yep, agreed.
Well,
That's nice. See, I told you that your nightmares would go away.
yeah.
You're gonna sleep like a baby bear.
Gosh, I just would love to sleep like a little bear in like a nice little cottage core kind of situation for at least one night. That'd be really nice.
I'm gonna look around the room and see if the seeping pool of corruption is stayed receded.
And it stayed receded, and then you start to see as Dobro's glow goes back, and the faint glow is radiating around him, but you realize now it's all kind of seeped back into your heads and his body. And you see now that swirling bit of bile start to grow at the basin of where very clearly that heart was held. When it was the size, it looks to be the same size of the heart that you had retrieved, maybe even a little bit smaller than the heart that you had retrieved from...
So it's like a broken stone clam, like shaped like a clamshell.
Yep.
And so it was basically in the bottom half of this clamshell, this bubbling pools. Okay.
Yep.
So, Annalyn, you gotta get booned.
It feels really good.
I'm nervous that if we find other
Pretty
places...
nervous.
I can't.
Well, to be fair, this isn't like the old Crab Jones and old Toad Jones aren't like reaching out with their fleshy or clackly appendages and touching us, so...
Well, I know that, but I'm worried that if we find these other entities later and we need a variety of boons, that I can't be booned upon twice. I can't get the other boon.
Well, we need to get it to kill Freya.
Yeah, and I think as we saw with Dobro, that maybe you could only get a boon from each individual coupling. And so here you have to pick between one or the other, and then when we go to the next time we get to be booned on, we get to pick between one or the other, you know what I mean?
Oh, All right. I trust you.
Okay, so are you gonna go magic toad, or are you gonna go individual crab?
Individual crab. I want the magic toad, please.
Okay, cool. We're gonna be toad friends.
Individual crab, I mean, you at least need a dozen. I need a bushel. I eat crabs by the bushel, and an individual one is like, oh, they're so rich. No, they're not. No, they're not.
So
Stop being stingy.
How did I get through so much of this campaign without Dobro? This brings me back, man. It's like the beginning all over again.
Dobra's the best.
So, you get a cookie if you get boon done, you get a cookie.
You don't get to give away my cookies.
Oh, I'm
to
sorry, you
people.
don't get a cookie, but you still need the boon.
Well, does it matter what I do
What do you mean?
for a display of magic?
Well, you've been magical since I met you. Just
Annulin, I'm gonna tell you something. Nobody else listen, okay?
Oh, all right.
What if you turned into a toad?
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea! I didn't even think about that. Wait, if I turn into a toad, am I going to drown?
No, because you ate the fish.
Oh, so I'll just be
So
like
it's still in you biologically. Unless immediately as a toad you shit.
like shit out the fish? You mean?
Is that how that works?
Well, Rodek, I'm really glad that you and I are not listening to this
I hope I don't
conversation.
shit out the
Magic,
whole
all
thing.
of
I'm very glad that that's a very private conversation that's happening.
Just us boys, huh?
Yeah, just us. You know how it
I
is.
wonder what they're talking about.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it.
I'm sure it doesn't involve shit.
So I'm gonna.
Okay, everybody can listen. Annulin had a really great idea. Watch her.
Yeah, I know. I came up with it all on my own.
I know, and she's totally not gonna shit when it happened.
Yeah, I'm not
Totally radical.
Totally not gonna take a shit in this ocean. So I'm going to glow green, and my bioluminescence is going to get greener and brighter and brighter and brighter, and then kind of like it'll obscure me, and then it'll recede, and I will be floating in that awkward frog body in a pool position, and I'll just be like a toad when the light recedes.
You poof in the toad, and the purple glows, and it washes over. You hear the croaking of a toad, and then it goes back into the statue, and you see the little toad head glowing, and you're.
Do a wee jig.
I'll shake my little toad legs around. It's very awkward.
Like on
because
the
toads
statue.
are not meant to be in the water.
All of a sudden, she has a top hat and a cane. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime girl.
And I'll burst back into a jellyfish form.
You do that, and you see the jellyfish form return of Annulin, and you see within the bioluminescence of your cap, you see the glow of Chuck.
Yay, we've all been burned. 3 toads, 2 crabs. I feel like that's pretty good.
So now what? Do we just go back? Is there more to do down here?
I don't think. I can't imagine that there is, but
Do we have to go see Grandma again?
Yes, we have to hurry.
Oh, no.
We don't
But
want
she
to drown.
didn't even say how to get there.
Well, I mean, if we just go back, hopefully she'll be waiting. I mean, that's kind of how it was before with
She wouldn't
Berheim.
just leave us at the bottom of the ocean.
No, just temporarily. She'll come back. We just have to go back to where we came from. Back through the kelp forest, and then hopefully we return back to our normal selves.
I kind of like this body now.
But you can turn into that whenever you want.
I guess I can now. All
It's
right.
probably not really. Well, I don't know any of that.
Just let her have this one. Is there anything else that we can do here?
No.
Then we should be heading back so we don't drown it.
Nay.
Thanks you for that,
Horsey wisdom.
horse bear man. Horseman bear.
You guys think I can get pregnant in this form? That's kind of weird. That's not my thing.
God.
But I mean, I'm just saying.
Dobra, we regret inviting you along.
You knew what you were getting into when you asked me to come along.
You've impacted the entire tone of this adventure.
Well, you're in the Feywild. What can I say?
I would start to make my way out of the thing and make sure that we're not under attack and that we can start to
Are we just going to leave? Feels terrible just to leave the corruption right there.
I agree. I mean, it looked like it
get rid of
it had temporarily receded, but I don't think that we have the power to stop it.
I think we'd have to return the heart back to the social thing.
Maybe.
Oh, that's a good point. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me pray on it real quick.
And I would like to cast, what you call it?
Augury.
Augury.
Yes, I know that one because of Oticon.
Very good.
Yeah, I will bring my flippers together and I will say,
Moradin, you hopefully know a lot more about this than I do. What will happen if we just leave this corruption unchecked?
and what is it? Wheel or unclear or something vague.
Wheel, woe, both or neither, right?
Wheel, woe, both, neither.
You pray and
Unsure. It's like a crystal ball. It's like a magic 8 ball.
You pray to Moradin, and you feel his presence. Despite you're at the bottom of the ocean, a plane away from the material plane, and from certainly the upper planes where he resides. And you get a sense of neither weal nor woe. But it will all depend on what you do going forward.
All right. I believe that right now
And the word forward was a very compelling
we
thing.
have to leave now. If we were supposed to cleanse this, Moradin would have told me.
All right, I trust you. And there's just Moradin, of course. All the help we can get.
All right. I'm ready.
I'll stretch my flippers out.
Yeah, I would just kind of take my time, mosey out, look around, make sure we're safe.
You look around and you
I know it's pretty dark.
can see the bottom of the abyss, where that you actually see now that there's almost like this cloud of black bile as you leave with your in your bioluminescence, as the blood and the ichor and the bile from that massive sea creature, that corrupted sea creature, rises up from the trench below and starts to snake off in all directions. But you manage to swim through it. The whispers, the hunger, that horrible feeling is not present, at least now, as you make your way up and up and up, and finally, feels like forever, you see the light. Not the light of a horrible anglerfish abomination, but the light of the sun. You're not really sure, the glow of massive coral reef, but you can start to see, as you then see the top of the cliff, the very tips of the massive stalks of coral, kelp, awaiting you. And as you arrive up top, you see the light filtering down. It's still very dim. You see the swaying kelp, and it's difficult to see. It just looks like the kelp forest. But then you see one move, and you see a scaly chicken-like foot, and the thatch roof, and the wood of the cabin, of the hut, as it stands waiting for you. And you see now that the door is open.
I mean, I would just continue on.
Am I still a turtle?
You're still a turtle.
As if we were invited in, I would move cautiously but respectfully up to the hut.
Yeah, I'd do that.
You do that, and as you swim through, there's a loud splash behind you as you've been underwater. All your sense almost feels hot It feels incredibly dry, feels unnatural, and you land on the ground and start to kind of flop on the ground as your body starts to change and your long sword-like nose sticks in as you morph back into the high elf form.
I start to go through, like, as I see this happen, and there's like, no, I want to go back, but it's like too late. I flop onto the floor as a turtle. I'm like,
you're on your back.
I'm like on my back as I transform
and
horribly.
you feel the same experience.
I'll burst forward onto the floor and immediately dry up like a jellyfish on the beach.
Yeah, the sense of even having to stand upright is bizarre, and you collapse. Dobro does the same thing. Oh, God! As he falls down. Oh, that was way more unpleasant than I thought it would be. And you realize that you are alone in this hut. But you see now that there's another door. Maybe it was a shelf or something propped up against it, and there's another door. There's the one off that at least was the sauna where you had bathed previously. But there's another one that hadn't been there previously. And you're alone for a moment. You see all the same shelves, and as I will change the music back to Baba Yaga's theme.
What is that music from?
Which?
The one that's playing now.
That is from World of Warcraft. It is not Vashir. It's Vashir.
So not the Goonies.
No, it is not the Goonies.
Okay.
Sylvie, you make your way through the door. You barely fit. You squeeze through, and you land. Everyone's like, get out of the way. As you land, and you feel that strange sensation of having to stand. You don't want to stand. It's too hot.
In the hut.
In the hut. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I was downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
We made it back to the hut.
You made it back to the hut.
Oh, cool.
And basically everyone's transforming back, and Baba Yaga has not returned as
we're alone.
As you're alone for a moment. But there's an additional door.
Well, that was quite the experience. I think we did well today, everyone. Good job.
And you see in the cauldron is that same bubbling, multicolor brew. It seems to be this strange viscous. It almost looks like, not candy-like, but it almost looks a little like sweet and pleasant looking. As it's still sitting on the cauldron.
Where is she?
And then the door, you hear the door handle as the door opens, and you hear and she just quiet. As you see, there's a ruffle of feathers, and there's a lot of giant geese, or a lot of giant black swan geese in this other room. As she shuts the door, and you realize that this is the first time you haven't seen giant geese hissing down at you in the thatched roof. It seems as if there's a room built for when it's submarine mode. As she closes the door, and she turns and looks at all of you, and she nods and says,
I witnessed the entire thing from the safety of my hut through you, my maiden.
Oh, yeah, cool.
You did very well. You all get a supper.
Oh, well,
Okay, wait. Can I eat all the cookies first?
You can have cookies before supper because you are a good girl.
Because I just eat them all.
The right thing. Come to your Baba Yaga.
Okay.
You need to wash that down.
Okay.
and she hands you a cup, and you realize that in the instant, it was almost like a blink of an eye, she'd scooped up the thing from the cauldron and handed it to you.
I'll just drink it down.
You drink it down, and it's not unpleasant. It's slick, and it's a little sweet, a little tangy, maybe fruity even.
Oh,
and
I love
you
it when
down
my
it,
drinks are slimy things.
and suddenly your forehead glows purple, and she stares and examines, and her eyes. You see now, as she stares at the color, the nearly black eyes now shift to white as she peers at your face, but not at your eyes, at your head. As you can almost feel boring into your mind, into your soul, into your anima. As she then comes back.
Yes, this is enough. All of you will be shielded temporarily.
We don't need much time. We just have to get close to Varea so we can dispatch her.
If and when you face her beneath the heart, it will still be able to affect your mind. But you will stand a chance now. But I fear that if you emerge victorious, that the temporary nature of the power that you have now, which was just made for the guards of the heart, what's in its wicked state, will not linger. So I will plan for what is to come, or what is in all of your fates. And there is much in your fate. And now that we have seen the power of the Prime Ones, what it is capable of, to such unfathomable hate and hunger and evil, there is a ghost of a chance.
What do you know about the Prime Ones?
They are the only power in this world, in all of the planes, that are older than everything besides them.
The spirit that Dobro met. Is she Yona?
It is the only possibility, my red son. The only possibility. And now, the other chambers must be across the plains. And because I do not know where they are, because I have not been able to see in my seeing, I wonder and fear, have they all been breached? Have they all been breached by the same powers?
We can try to find out. I mean, obviously we have to deal with the present danger, which is looming, and then we can find out. We can travel to where we need to. You can take us. We can find them, and we can check on things, right?
Either way, we have something to worry about first, but let's say we can kill the Thorn Mother. What do we do with the heart?
I was afraid you were going to ask, and I did not wish to give you fear or doubt. For you are my riders and my maiden. But we may have to guard it until we can secure real power, real marks, like your giant friend. And perhaps not just fun, but all for each of you. But that is a later stage in the journey, and some of my visions and my glimpses into the future, as clouded as it is now, it starts to become clearer. For now, you must, I cannot be anywhere near that heart, near that corruption. You understand? You my riders, my star child. Must kill her.
I want to.
We can and we will.
She deserves it.
And then the heart can be defended until it is properly dealt with.
That reminds me, I don't know if she's still alive, but there is someone who has been looking after the heart for all this time. She was working in the vault where it was kept, and her name is Mirandris. And it looked like it was taking a horrible toll on her. But if she's still alive, I mean, she could continue to watch it if we succeed. She might be able to help.
Perhaps, if she can be trusted.
She can.
Who's to say she won't end up like Freya?
If she's still alive, the mind of the Ladrin was already filled with hate and darkness, but it was far twisted when you gave her exactly what she needed. Far more.
Alright.
A philosophy taken to its natural conclusion, warped by the heart, and perhaps whatever the entity beneath the mask you speak of.
For a second forgot about that entity. I suppose we'll have to kill it as well.
I would be surprised if we didn't run into them.
You mean Blood Eye?
Alright,
Yes.
well, it's done. We have it. We have to make good on our deal with the Bear King if we have time.
We have to return Dobro, and we need to give him audience with the Summer Court.
I have said that we can kill two birds with one stone.
Right?
And so, I had sent Lumi away ahead of time to arrange everything. We will meet with an envoy. We are on the way to the spores of the Summer Court.
And that's rolling the session.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Baby,
We're
things are
going
heating
to
up.
the summer court.
Things are heating up.
The forest of the summer
Look at
court.
the knife that I found as a swordfish.
Oh my gosh.
That's exactly what I look like.
It's exactly what he looked
Are
like.
you gonna cut that pickle?
But we're not
Yeah.
done.
We're not done.
Come.
We are not
What's
done.
next?
I'm gonna
Next
make
is
it into
a-
spears.
Next is Adventures in Chill, which I
Where's all
saw.
the juice?
I saw a lot of subs, a lot of gifted subs. So if anybody's
Oh, do you want to
new,
get some thanks? Is there? Do we? Do we have
there
anything
might be a
left?
couple.
Yeah, hold on.
But we'll pull that up in a second. So for Adventures in Chill, no, that was it. We're all caught up. We're all caught up. So, as I was saying, if you're new a sub, you're hanging out, whatever, don't go anywhere because now we're going to switch the streams over to a subscriber-only stream where we talk about the session. You get to ask us questions, make your comments. We'll be sure to read through all of them and comment and talk about it. And just kind of generally hang out. It's Adventures in Chill for a reason. So, don't go anywhere. And we will be right back here next Tuesday. Same time, same place.
Yeah.
And then Beneath Dark Wings is going to be on the 21st of August, which is a Saturday at 2 p.m. So until next week.
Thanks for
Until
joining
next week,
us.
we'll see you.
Perfect.
But stick around.
Thank you guys. Good
Thank
night.
you guys.
Stick around.
Stay tuned.